All righty. What is going on, fellas? We got a pretty special milestone here today. This is the official 150th time that we've rated your Dynasty fantasy football teams, whether it was Dynasty Decisions, as we called it for the longest time, or recently the title of these have been We Rate Your Dynasty Fantasy Football Teams. We've gone through thousands of your guys' teams, I'd imagine, and we got, I think, 8 more on the docket today and some trade questions as well. And we also will be throughout this stream giving away some team reviews, some trade questions for a reward for you guys for, hitting the like button and whatnot. So definitely hammer the like button if you guys want some free stuff, whether it's trade questions or team reviews. We will be firing out some of those. And yes, we are on time for the first time ever. We do also have 2 other announcements that we'll wait till people file in for to actually make through. Do we want to go through Gdub's team right away, or you got any nonsense we want to talk about first?
I mean, all I was going to say is like this literally started out when we first started, I believe it would have been in 2020, if not early 2021 when we first started DD.
I think it probably would have been 2021. I don't think we started doing these until the off season of 2021.
Yeah. By the way, shout out Ruffalo. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Nathan's an OG over here. At one point we were doing 10 to 12 teams per episode. It was like an hour 10, an hour 20 at times. Like obviously we cracked down when we were doing the videos, and now we're doing it in a live stream format. But the OGs remember like, oh shit, DD's come out. That's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm sitting down and just relaxing.
Yeah, no, literally. And we've gone through everything from staying on topic to being late for these live streams, and also talking about fiber intake recently. So we're firing on all cylinders today. But
gut health is important.
Yes, gut health is important. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you want a free team review voucher today, if you want a free trade question voucher today, hammer the like button. There's, 25, 30 of you guys in here so far. I want to see that like button start to climb. And around the 50 like total, we will give away some team reviews, and maybe around the 30 like total, we'll give away some trade questions if anybody has those. As we're getting some people to file in here, I just want to make 2 quick announcements. Number one, because we're celebrating our 150th Dynasty Decision here, we want to do a special promotion. So right now, if you go to flockfantasy.com, I will go to the main homepage so it's easier to see. Right now, you can go hit let me switch tabs. First of all, our 4th edition of our Dynasty Wall Street Journal is live right now, as we talked about. I just need to move myself out of the way so I'm not in the way. Hold on. Let me get myself out of the way. Okay. You see where it says personal advice? If you guys click that and you go to discount bundle, which is now I'm in the way again. You go to discount bundle. There will be an option here to buy one review, get one review 50% off. So if you guys have, multiple rookie drafts coming up, you're in a bunch of different dynasty leagues, that should be a very awesome tool for you. So you just essentially, if you're a paid subscriber of the site, using code FSE, you'd get 30% off this total of 110. So whatever that would be, I don't know, 75 bucks or something like that for 2 reviews instead of just 1, to celebrate our 150th episode of DD. And then another thing that we're going to have, this will probably be post NFL draft that we have this actually live for you guys to get, but our annual subscribers, when you sign up annual Motherflocker with promo code FSE, you will get a free Dynasty Decisions template, essentially very similar to what the domain guys do with their blueprints. Zach does with his playbooks. We are going to have essentially a brand new version of the buy, sell, hold report. It will still be focused on trades and like buys and sells that you should be making, but it will be one of those more like snapshot based products that you get in addition to the live team review that we're going to give you already. So, and of course, you can buy those. You can buy those a la carte, and they'll be a little bit more expensive than a live team review, but you will get a free annual voucher for when you renew your annual Motherflocker subscription. So those are the 2 announcements that we got there. And
I was going to point that out too. Yeah, no, we've had some players we've been all in on in the past, and this was a Trey Lance channel, this was a Zach Wilson channel. Like we've had Elijah Moore. Oh my God,
this is how you learn what prospects to be in and not in on. So
it's like for every Elijah Moore who we fall in love with, like maybe we just got to dial it back a little bit, because most are gonna end up being what Elijah Moore became. Obviously, Jalen Noel, for example, if he came out around the same time Elijah Moore did, we'd probably think similar things, So just refining the process, understanding like, hey, just because this guy does this extremely well at the collegiate level, how translatable is him, potentially being a full-time player at the next level?
Yeah, no, for sure. And unfortunately, Denzel, our Canadian dollar just sucks. So we don't really have a solution for you there.
It is a terrible conversion. I feel you on that.
Jacoby Lane's the new Acres. Yes, Jacoby Lane's the new Acres. All right, let's get into it here. We got a team review here from Gdub. I'm going to fire him a trade question because we are getting to this a little later than I would have wanted to. But yeah, anybody, you guys know the drill. If you hit the like button, we'll give away some free questions. If you do submit a paid team review during the stream, we will cover it. And let's get into it. Remember, we do have this new feature, Dynasty Rebuilding and Contender. Contender pulling directly from Underdog Fantasy, so you can see if you're a contending team, how close and how productive your fantasy assets project to be. But Boulevard Bullies is the name of the team that we have here for Gdub. It is a 2-quarterback league or Superflex league, one of the two.
Yep.
And he is definitely weaker at that position than he is at the rest of his fantasy positions. However, he is in possession of the 104, which is most likely, hopefully, for his sake, Fernando Mendoza. And who knows, maybe 110 in the right landing spot is reasonable range to take a Ty Simpson, or maybe 204 is reasonable range to take a Ty Simpson. Either way, quarterback's the biggest issue here, as we can probably agree to.
Yeah. And honestly, it's kind of tough because I would say the direction is very unclear right now. Like, you have the young assets, for example, with Brock Bowers, Oronde Gadsden, Drake London, Travis Hunter, Omari and Hampton kind of being, your young cornerstones. But also you have kind of, more win now guys like Matthew Stafford or Geno Smith, if you want to consider him that. Jawan Jennings. Like, to me, there's no real clear direction at this point.
Yeah.
You do have the young picks, thankfully, that you can add. Obviously, if you take a Jeremiah Love plus Fernando Mendoza, at that point, say you add those two assets, like, where are you leaning towards this team? Because I don't know if he's got enough firepower at wide receiver, assuming he patches Mendoza plus Love to be able to contend this year.
I don't think so. You'd probably have to really hit big on your 110 and your 204, or
you have to buy some super cheap production.
Yeah. Like, you have to be trading that 204 for Devontae Adams or something
Mike
like
Evans,
that. Which I just
try to get a bunch of them at once. But
I think given the team state right now, if you shed those older quarterbacks and your Jennings types and your Diggs types, if they sign somewhere,
it's a very good retool.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think just finding some direction for a team like this would make the most sense if we actually sort it by rebuilding. Did he go up in value, or did he stay about the same here? Yeah, he went up in value a little bit. So, I mean, given that you have the picks and the capital to, be flexible on the clock, you can always move back. Like, let's say you get on the board at 110. As we've talked about, maybe there's not a huge difference between 110 and 202. You can trade back, pocket a second-round pick next year, etc. That's the types of moves that I would be looking to make, because I think this team is very well set up for a 1-year punt. And you might already know that. Like, you might be in your head going, guys, I already know this. I'm trying to sell Stafford and Geno and no one wants them. Well, in that case, you're probably going to have to wait till closer to the season to sell them.
In season, yeah. And ultimately here, when I'm looking at it, my direction almost directly correlates to the fact that the guy right above me in this analysis is labeled a juggernaut and just went 22-6. Like, I'm not trying to compete with that this year, especially knowing that there are holes in your roster. Like, this guy's got Bijan, Allen, JSN, Brenton Strange could be a tight end one. You got a couple, depth pieces there with Brian Thomas Jr. and AJ Brown, who could be top 15 receivers. Like, you look at some of the other teams, another juggernaut here, for example, like, it's going to be tough to overcome two juggernauts, especially knowing that you just need so much at wide receiver.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, yeah, I think both of us are kind of on the same page here. Any riskier assets like Charbonnet and Scadaboo both stand out as maybe guys that you could potentially shop for future capital. I noticed that you only have one first-round pick in 2027. However, you can maneuver yourself to get more of those, like whether it's selling a Scadaboo right now for a late projected first in 27. Maybe you give him Scadaboo and Jawan Jennings or something just to get that over the finish line. Maybe you move off of Stafford, move off of Geno, trade back in the rookie draft, trade out of that 110 entirely for a 27 first. Like, there's moves to be made here where this team is telling us it's probably smart to punt this one more year and try and shape this roster in the image of, I'm going to try and compete starting in the 2027 NFL season. Once I spend my rookie picks, obviously you're going to add Jeremiah, potentially Fernando Mendoza as well. And that's going to help rebuild this roster to some degree, but we kind of don't want this roster to be in limbo, which it will be if you add Mendoza, Love, a couple receivers. Let's say you traded for a veteran or something like that. You're probably good enough to maybe sneak into the playoffs, but probably not do much damage beyond that.
And ultimately, what these new labels on Flock kind of, point out is Obviously, when you're in a value deficit and a talent deficit, that's the worst case scenario to be in. But in terms of like the realistic scenarios that you could be in a dynasty, like to me, being in the middle, you like Corey said, you're just kind of stuck in purgatory because at one point you want to contend because you got players that are producing right now. But then you look at the other teams in this league, and it's like, okay, like there's multiple juggernauts that won over 20 games last year when you combine it. I'm assuming it's a game against the median.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like if you sort by the contending feature, which just pulls directly underdog ADP, obviously Travis Hunter, wide receiver 61, we'll have to have a discussion about. But you don't have a ton of highly valued assets here. Like Bowers is obviously going to go super high. Drake London's going super high. Hampton 46 is pretty insane to me. I'm hoping that's a mistake of some kind, but maybe it's just RB9 off the board. And
well, they don't pull the overalls.
Maybe it's pulling the overall from Dynasty or whatever.
Well, it's just because they don't put the overalls for the contending overall, because we have them ranked via Superflex, so they just pull the positionals.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should ask Mason or the devs about that. Should we just be pulling directly the underdog ADP? So because when you swap from contender to rebuilder, you should be able to just see purely how high they're going overall, in my opinion. I think it would be more effective that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like because there's no underdog Superflex contest right now, so they don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, maybe that's the issue.
I'm assuming too. Once we put our own best ball rankings in, it's going to be populated by that. But yeah, no,
I think the issue, like you said, might just be that there's no best ball. If it was a one quarterback league, it might pull the overalls directly from underdog. But this team, as we talked about, it probably makes the most sense for you to refashion this team into the 2027 season, sell off Matthew Stafford if you can, sell off Geno Smith if you can, maybe move off of or try and shop Scadaboo and Charbonnet, who are both riskier running back assets, maybe Kyle Menengai as well. Wide receiver wise, Jennings, Diggs, those older guys. And maybe if you wanted to move off of Rondé Gadsden, I'm starting to hear a lot of smoke around the Chargers potentially being a Kenyon Sadiq team, which I don't think would make a ton of sense from their perspective, but maybe they have the old adage, like you don't let good players stop you from taking a potentially great player. So that would obviously nuke Gadsden a la Michael Mayer style when Brock Bowers got there. So I would say maybe moving off of Gadsden wouldn't be the worst idea, given that you already have Bowers locking down your tight end position anyways.
Yeah, no, I agree.
For sure. And Denzel said he just bought a team review, Amusement Park 10. So we'll get to that later in the stream. And again, let me check the like button really quick. Do we have any update on the like button? And by the way, I liked the stream on my own personal account, so I gave you guys a freebie. We're at 21 likes with 50 of you watching. If you guys want free stuff, free team reviews, free trade questions, you're going to get that to at least 30 to 35 before we're even giving away trade questions, and 50 if you guys want some free team reviews. So shout out to Gdub. Appreciate it. There you go. Danny's going to help you out as well. R George or 05, Drake London, random projected 27 first. We can maybe take a look at the team that he's giving up the first from, and the 109 in exchange for Lamar Jackson.
I have London over Lamar Jackson.
I don't, but it's not a far discrepancy here, to the point that, I mean, you're getting the slightly better pick this year in the 109 versus the 110. The 27 second versus the 27 first, to me, is not enough to make up the gap. And I did talk about this the other day. Like, it's not that I don't think Lamar Jackson could easily just have a bounce back season and be the Lamar Jackson of old. It's that even if that happens, Lamar Jackson will then be entering his age 30 season.
And he's not going to age well.
No, exactly. Like, we saw Cam Newton start to fall off around that age, who was a similar, type of quarterback. I'm not trying to get too narrative-y here, because it's very possible that Lamar goes down as like an all-time great runner and is very, very productive running the ball into his mid-30s. Very possible. But just from I'm trying to think of the word, variance of market value perspective, if we get another down season from Lamar Jackson, is he 20-30% cheaper than Jalen Hurts is right now? Like, I think it's very possible that I think people would sour on him pretty quickly if he had another injury-riddled season.
I don't think they're remotely comparable in terms of talents, and I don't think
no. But I'm just saying, like the frustration of the dynasty market would set in.
Sure, but there's a good amount of people that genuinely think, oh, Jalen Hurts is not a starting quarterback in the league within the next couple of years. Like, I think that's the panic that
this is
the
27 first to be giving up. By the way, I'm assuming it wouldn't be always rebuildings first. Interestingly, this guy maybe wants his own one back, because that's who the two trades are in between. Like, it's in between always rebuilding and this guy has his first. So maybe he's asking for his own one back in return. and always rebuilding has a team that is.
I do this trade every single day. You get younger, you get an asset, a wide receiver that was almost 20 points per game.
Well, I think in our Georgia situation, he'd be the one trading for Lamar Jackson. So I think you're saying we should hold here then.
Hold London. Yeah, hold London. Sorry.
And he is. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying that like the fluctuation of market value worries me a little bit on Lamar Jackson, to the point that we get another injury riddled season, or we get another down season from like Jaden Daniels or something. I think his value retention would be a little higher than a guy like Lamar.
Yeah, the age matters a lot more.
Exactly. So,
which is why I don't think it's reasonable to have Lamar over Jaden Daniels, or I mean, even like Caleb Williams. Like,
no, yeah, there's no way I would take Lamar over Caleb Williams at this point. Caleb Williams outscored him in fantasy this year and is like 7 years younger.
Yeah, and you could even make the case like, should Patrick Mahomes be ahead of Lamar Jackson? Look at the points per game last year, and you feel good about Patrick Mahomes long term. Even when he loses, let's say it's a B+.
Like the worst case scenario happens to Patrick Mahomes this year, and he's still like a second round pick.
Well, exactly. It's like what? Like the word with Patrick Mahomes, you describe it probably B+ level mobility. Even if that went down to D, he became Dak Prescott. Like, he's gonna age well.
Yeah, and this is kind of my point on Lamar a little bit. If that opinion is widespread among, let's say, half of your league mates right now, imagine if he has yet another down season. Then we're talking, like I said, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray territory as far as what people think of him. Not necessarily how good he'll be for fantasy, but what people think of him on the open market. And tradability does matter.
I don't know, though, if it'll ever get that extreme, because the guy's literally won 2 MVPs.
Yeah, like a multi-time MVP probably doesn't go that low, but I mean, Jalen Hurts was a Super Bowl champ, and his value a year later is
they're just not comparable in terms of talents. Like, honestly,
for fantasy, they are comparable though in terms of how productive.
I mean, yeah, but people like I said, like, people understand that Lamar Jackson's a franchise quarterback. People are turning on Jalen Hurts. I don't think it'll get to the point where people turn on Lamar Jackson towards being a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what
part of it's the media narrative too,
and that kind of thing.
Well, part of it is the media narrative too, because it's like we're seeing what's getting put out too. Like AJ Brown's unhappy, and multiple coaches were complaining about Hurts, and it's like he didn't want to adapt to a new system. Like, when you see like news blurbs like that, inherently it's going to affect the market value. Like, who's to say? Like, for example, trying to think of like a Russell Wilson, how the narrative kind of flipped on him. That kind of feels like what happened with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, well, I think Kyler's another good example of what happened with his narrative recently as well. Yeah, this is an interesting point by Jordan, too. He said something I noticed that's very different among creators is high-end QB value. Domain versus FSE take is very different. I'm assuming Domain is still of the frame of mind that we would have been about 2 years ago, where we were like, high-end QBs over everything. Like, take your high-end QBs, never trade.
We're higher on I think we're higher on Domain.
Are we?
In terms of quarterbacks, yeah.
Okay, let me see.
I was watching the stream, and I know, like, Drake May went like 7th overall in their startup, and
okay, like so maybe we are higher on QBs then.
Yeah, which again, like it's like we're lower than we were, but like we're always going to be higher on high end guys.
Yeah, they only have 5 quarterbacks inside their top 24 rankings. Like Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels are like mid to late second round picks in Avery's rankings right now. So I guess that's a little bit different. I think part of it is it looks like Avery has most of the QBs bunched together in the round 3 to 5 range, where
it's probably about the analytical take, where it's like, well, these quarterbacks blend together in terms of points per game, so why would we push them up the board? But then I would counter, like, you get a young quarterback that can retain value. Like, it's one of the best constants you can have in Dynasty.
Which I'm of the kind of opinion that I like getting an anchor quarterback and then punting QB2, where it's like, I'll take.
I agree with the sentiment with quarterback twos
for Dak Prescott or Baker Mayfield if I need a QB2 production piece or something. I'm assuming they're like, I'll just take 2 of those guys.
Yeah, which again, like, I personally would rather prioritize the high end ceiling asset, or a high end ceiling that a top quarterback asset has, and fade the quarterback twos that blend together in terms of the cheapest one. Like, that's the other thing too. It's like, do I want to be targeting the quarterback 12 to 14 range, or would I rather sit back and see what falls to me at quarterback 17 to 19 off the board? Unless, like, for example, quarterback 12 to 14 falls like a half round or so.
And the argument is certainly there too, to say like, hey, why would I hold, like, let's say a spiked quarterback in value like Jackson Dart right now is like QB 8, 9, 10 in Dynasty rankings.
Yeah, that would be a fit for me.
Tier down from a player like that who spiked in value into Dak Prescott plus a first round pick or something.
Like that's I guess my sentiment is I would rather tier up from those like Brock Purdy, Jackson Dart, Bo Nix, those type of quarterbacks. I would rather tier up, get that anchor set, and pay the price than I would tier down and lose the potential liquidity that position offers.
Yeah, the stability versus the because they're like, I'm assuming most of their argument is year over year, whoever has the good weapons, whoever runs pure in the regular season is going to be a back end QB1, mid QB1 in fantasy. And then, year over year, you won't know who that is. So that's why tiering down maybe makes sense. But yeah, the stability asset of like knowing Josh Allen's not getting replaced anytime soon. Drake May's not getting replaced anytime soon. Those type of guys. And the other part that I think they could argue too is it's almost impossible to get actual market value for those types of players too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like even if they're worth that much, it's hard to actually get somebody to send you 4 first-round picks or something.
I actually got to look at my rankings in this one because I think I am on the Devontae Smith and Harvey side, especially knowing the rumors that like it does sound like AJ Brown's probably going to end up being a Patriot. Where is Devontae Smith in my rankings? 74 overall. You have him 62, but I have Judkins at 72. So because it's a close gap, I kind of view this as a free RJ Harvey. So I would take the Devontae Smith side.
Yeah. He said he has Gibbs, Tootin, Charbonnet. So he'd be adding Devontae Smith to a receiver room with JSN, Waddle, Ladd, and AJ Brown already. So he already does have AJ Brown on his league. Yeah, it's a pretty fair trade to me. If you were able to like,
for sure.
If this was Judkins and a 2 for this other side, I'd say it's probably dead even. But I do slightly prefer the Smitty and Harvey side because even though I'm not super high on Harvey, I do kind of recognize there's a world in which he works out and he was productive when he got opportunities.
Well, I view it as a free roll because I view Devontae Smith and Judkins pretty much canceling each other out. And it's like you said, like if it was a second on Judkins' side, it'd probably be about equal value. And I would say RJ Harvey's probably valued as a mid-second.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's close though. Very close discussion. See, Lynott here would be giving up Lamb, Dak, and Wandale. Won the league last season. Wanted some advice on this offer. So, Danny's obviously got some tetherment to one side of this deal. I do think generally this is a pretty fair offer.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I would take
Wandale's not a needle moving asset, but in a start 9, he's probably like a fringe flex play every week, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would just take the Dak and Lamb side because ultimately that side to me has more of a direction. It's trying to win now. To me, if you have CJ Stroud in a win now situation, you're probably not strong enough at quarterback. Whereas with Dak, even though he's older, at least you're getting, a potential quarterback 1 in production. So it's close because obviously, Chase is valued higher than Lamb. But if I told you that the gap was 1.5 points per game, I would say the gap between Dak and Stroud would be much higher.
Yeah, I would think that the gap between Chase and Lamb's points per game is larger than that. But even then, I would think that the points per game is probably bigger between Dak and Stroud's points per game.
That's the thing,
Even if you think Stroud could bounce back, we're probably still talking
shit, it's a 1 quarterback league. Go get Chase then.
Okay, yeah,
go get 1 quarterback. Never mind. Here's me thinking it's a super flex.
Yeah, I don't know why it's pulling my super flex rankings. That's definitely not my 1 quarterback rankings because Lamb would be higher.
Yeah, because I was looking at the overalls and I'm like, oh, it's just a super flex. But then I looked in the top, it says 1 quarterback, 10 team.
Maybe something glitched on the back end and he picked 1 quarterback, but he forgot to add the super flex or something. And for some reason it pulled my super flex rankings. If it is a super flex trade, we would take the Dak and Lamb side. If it is a 1 quarterback trade, we would take the Chase side. If you're listening,
and you're going to get the link to this so you can hear the rationale. Hopefully, we got you sorted out there.
Yeah. Circummeth.
That's kind of crazy.
Cam Ward and Brian Thomas Jr. in the 107 for Jeremiah Love and Romeo Doubs. Who cares about Romeo Doubs? But is this enough for you to move off of the 101? It's a lot of risk.
If that was the 105, I would probably consider the right side. But as much as I like KC and Omar Cooper Jr., I think just the security of Jeremiah Love here is the answer. I get it though. This is an ultimate upside swing. It's if you believe Cam Ward is going to have a very, very good year 2, maybe they add a Jeremiah Love or a Carnell Tate, that offense takes the next step. And, say he throws 23 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, has 350 rushing yards. At that point, Cam Ward's probably going to be valued as a top 12 level quarterback in Dynasty, maybe even higher. So then
Yeah.
that would be a swing. BTJ
Yeah.
swing, of course. This guy had over 1,300 yards as a rookie. Like, that is the definition of volatile. You saw what the ceiling looked like. You saw what the floor looked like this year. And then, whether it's KC or Omar Cooper or somebody kind of in that capacity, the 107 is a nice shot as well. If you're if you like accepting risk, like, I get it. But for me, I would probably want a little more security if I'm dealing Love.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel
Yeah.
about it. There's just
Yeah.
a lot of what ifs on the other side. And
Yeah.
even if Cam Ward is a third round startup pick this time next year, Brian Thomas back to being a third round startup pick this time next year, and you get a top 5 round startup pick out of whoever you pick at 107, you'd still maybe take Jeremiah Love in that situation because he'll probably be a top 8 startup pick.
Yeah, he could be Bijan, right?
Yeah, and Dubs is not nothing. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Dubs outproduced Brian Thomas Jr. this year.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's got a good
If they
opportunity.
don't trade for AJ Brown, I don't think it's that outrageous.
Dude, it would be actually hilarious if their fallback, oh, we want to trade for AJ Brown, but worst case scenario, let's go pick up Romeo Dobbs. It's like we could kind of do the same thing. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to Stapler's trade question just because it's our only other trade here, and then I'll get back to the top of the reviews here. Marvin Harrison for the 202 and Jalen Waddle here.
Fair trade. If you're contending, I understand the Waddle side. If you want to take the shot on the talent of Marvin Harrison, as more of a rebuilding situation, I don't mind it. In a start 7-10 team league, I probably would lean the upside here, actually, to be honest.
I would lean the upside, but the 202 in a 10-team league is technically the 112. So,
which fair.
That's something that I would maybe factor in.
Quarterback as well, though.
I think this is slightly too much for me to pass up, even though I'm pretty bullish on Marv still. I still have him as a top 50 player. So Waddle, to me, I might need to move up my rankings in the overalls just a little bit because I'm starting to get a lot more bullish on his production case. I think you can make the argument that there's not really any difference between him and Devontae Smith if AJ Brown is sent away.
I think face value. There. I think face value is the left side, but also at the same time, I understand the context for the right side.
Yeah, I think process dictates I would go with the Waddle side, but it's very close. Looking for Corey's advice. Okay, well, for some reason, Tenacious 8 is
here. I got you, Tenacious. I got you.
Okay, so his team is called It's Here. What to do with my team, if anything. Okay, so looking to win now. So if we go to the contender rankings, you are a top 5 team in contender rankings. I mean, you got how many high-end picks you got here? James Cook, Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, all going to be legit top 12 to 18 startup or redraft running backs this year. Justin Jefferson, Neighbors, Flowers, Smith, a good receiver core. Dalton Kincaid, little shaky at the tight end position behind him with Strange and whatnot. But I feel comfortable with Bo Nix, Jordan Love, Bryce Young. I feel totally comfortable with those guys. You got some back-end QB1 type of dudes. Maybe you'd ideally want a better quarterback, but I'm not going to fret too much over it because you do not really have the assets to be able to go and tier up from those guys. It's not like you have the 105 that you can add on to Bo Nix and go get a better quarterback. What would I do, if anything? If I had to assess your strengths and weaknesses, I would say the only thing that makes me a little sketched out is your running back depth behind the 3 guys that you have. And in a start 10, you probably want to have at least one more legit startable asset at the running back position. So if you wanted to, you could maybe shop the 208 for whatever contending running back that gets you. But you're probably going to get what? Jalen Warren or Chuba Hubbard at best?
Some bullshit, yeah.
Maybe a Tyler Algier is available for that price.
Yeah, maybe.
David Montgomery, somebody like that. Yeah. I mean, if you want to make a move like that, you can. I would probably just rather on the clock sell my 208 for a contending running back, maybe get a better one at that point.
It's you went 3-11 last year and you don't have your own first round pick.
Exactly. So
gotta be realistic here.
Yeah, I'd probably be more confident in holding for now. And you kind of need some tight ends and you have some picks in the areas where tight ends are going to go. The 208, 306, and 309, you might be able to add in another guy, a Claire, a Justin Jolie, or whoever from this class to be able to maybe give yourself a little bit more upside in your tight end room. And who knows, if you hit on this year's Harold Fannin or something, that would really go a long way to helping your contending window. But yeah, the only, I'm fine with the receivers that you have. I'm fine with most of the starting guys. I just worry that in a start 10, you got Nix, Love, Cook, Walker, Williams, that's 5, Jefferson, Neighbors, Flowers, Smith, and Kincaid, that's 10. After those guys, your immediate guys off the bench, one injury away from Troy Franklin being an every week starter, from Bretton Strange being an every week starter. And that to me is a little sketchy. So I would probably want to add at least 1 or 2 flex options, running back and wide receiver, but I wouldn't push it and go crazy and just sell my picks unless you get a nice value on somebody, a contending guy.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But yeah, that is Corey's advice on what to do with the team, Tenacious. Hopefully you got a lot of value.
I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
That is the first time that's ever happened.
But I mean,
I didn't even know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, you could give your opinion as well. I would, the one thing I wouldn't do is sell your 27 first right now to go get another piece or whatever, because it's not your one either. And I don't know where Colt Man is.
Number 9.
Number 9. Yeah. So, I mean, in theory, this guy's roster is pretty barren. He's going to add a bunch of rookies here, but in theory, you should be able to hold on to that mid-projected first till the mid-season point of the year, where maybe you suffered an injury at running back or wide receiver, and then at that point, you can go buy low on somebody. But I wouldn't be rushing to sell that now.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
All right. Moving into Timbo's slice here. Be hilarious if he said, I only want Danny's opinion. Trust the process here. Really trying to figure out what to do with all these draft picks. I also have 3 firsts in 2027. And he said, I'm in a long-term rebuild, so playing for 2028. So we got his direction. He kind of told it to us here. He is looking to trust the process. And when you see the draft pick capital that he's built up here and the assets that he has on his roster, I mean, is it a 1 quarterback or it's a 2 quarterback league, and Stroud is his only quarterback at this point? Obviously, big weakness there. Harvey and Judkins are a little risky right now. I would probably be looking to move off of Harvey, but Judkins, I'm fine holding. Igbuka, I'm fine holding. Ferguson, I'm fine holding.
Look at those picks, man. Let's go.
Look at all those chickens, man. 101, 104, 106, 107, 109. I mean, so you mentioned here, like, you kind of just want some direction with the picks based on your first round capital in 27, the strength of the class this year, who you're going to get at 101 in Jeremiah Love. I would be gearing most of my other picks towards the wide receiver position, given where they're going to. Like 104, maybe you get a Tate or a Lemon falling to you because someone takes Mendoza. 106, 107, like you're getting the best landing spot capital version of those Concepcion, Cooper, and Denzel Boston type of receivers.
Yeah, and can we check real quick? It's a super flex league, or is it 1 quarterback?
Yeah, it's a super flex league. So he's probably going to.
I just saw 1 quarterback on the roster. So
yeah, I mean, he's going to either take Mendoza 104 or Tate or Lemon fall to him. Either way is good for his team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. 106 there. Like, if you want to add a guy like Kenyon Sadiq, I don't know if it's a tight end premium or not, but I would assume, again, unless things change post draft, because Tyson fell due to medicals or Omar Cooper went to the Rams or something, you're probably going to get one of Sadiq or Tyson at that 106, 107, 109. Like, if you can get 2 wide receivers or 1 wide receiver and the second best running back in the class, that's probably the direction you go. But you can, to be fair, because you also have the 110, add 2 wide receivers plus a running back at the 110. So whether that's Cooper plus Concepcion or Cooper plus Denzel Boston gets a solid landing spot, you can go that direction. Or maybe Elijah Surratt shockingly goes higher than the mock draft kind of expectations are right now, because teams like that he ran 4 or 5 at the pro day. Like, there are a lot of things that could happen in that range, which is kind of the beauty of this class, that I would say, like, after 107, 108, anybody can go 109. Like, anybody can go 109. Jadarian Price goes to the Seahawks at 32.
There's a world where Mike Washington's the consensus 109. If he gets early second round capital or something, I'm not saying we would take him there. I'm saying the consensus has him there or something.
I can see it.
The other thing I would definitely be wary of too is you need at least 1 tight end in this year's rookie class. So whether you take Sadiq at 106, 107, or 109, or you take a Stowers or somebody later, I would probably take 2 swings on the tight end position. Like, maybe you don't want to take Sadiq.
Jolie at 301.
Yeah, maybe you take Stowers 203 or 201, and you take Jolie or Max Clare at 301 or Raritan at 301 or something. I would want to leave this year's rookie class with 2 tight ends, because I like the depth of the class. Oscar Delp, like you said. Yeah. And I want to mainly fill out my wide receiver core. Your quarterback position, if you don't get Mendoza, I'm fine not taking a swing at all on quarterback. Maybe I'm a Drew Aller guy. If a Drew Aller's on the board with second round capital to the Rams, you want to take him 203, I'd be fine with that. Or maybe he goes early day 3 or something at the 301. You want to take a swing on him there. Generally, using your 27 capital to address your quarterback position, if you don't get Mendoza at 104, would be my recommendation, because it'll also shed points off of your team in 26.
Yeah, bar for Arch or something. Like, what do you think the chants are going to be next year? Because I'm assuming Arch Manning's got to be the favorite for quarterback one off the board. Although I like Dante more. It's just like, the lineage there, the physical
Yeah.
traits. Like, I could see people saying,
Arch has got to be the favorite because if he has a good season, everybody's going to know he's got the makeup of a franchise quarterback, just given his uncles and shit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like people are just going to throw like the Andrew Luck comp on him.
Yeah.
like,
Well,
like,
if he has a Heisman winning season, he's going to get an Andrew Luck or Joe Burrow comp, and I'll bet money on it.
For sure. And then like the thing is too, it's like he's got a good frame, but like he can even add some size. Like I can see him like by the time he's in the NFL being more like 235 pounds. Cause I think he's 220 right now.
Yeah, and he's more athletic than Joe Burrow too. Like he is more athletic than Joe Burrow. Like that's the other thing.
He's a snappy
because his
athlete,
last name's Manning. None of us assume he's athletic, probably, but he actually is more athletic than a guy like Joe Burrow. So if he can put it all together, he is absolutely going to be the 101 in next year's class over Jeremiah Smith. But there's a good chance it'll be Smith anyways because of how good Smith is. But
that's the thing. It's like it's going to be such a fascinating debate because. Like I would almost assure that Jeremiah Smith enters the NFL as the wide receiver 1 in Dynasty, but is Arch Manning going to be the quarterback 2 or 3 in Dynasty? Like I think that's going to be the conversation.
Yeah, like Arch ran for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns against Michigan the last time we saw him. Like he runs a lot, so that's definitely something. Like he'll be Caleb Williams, Joe Burrow caliber quarterback prospect, no doubt about it. Trevor Lawrence caliber quarterback prospect. And then we also have like the numbers of the 27 class that in your situation, Timbo Slice here. You're going to play into the numbers. You got 3 1s in 27. You have a 2 in 27. That'll probably be early as well. If let's say you walk out of this class with no quarterbacks, like Mendoza didn't fall to 104. You took Tate or Lemon there. You just essentially filled out your entire wide receiver room for the future. And you grab a Kenyon Sadiq and you grab a Justin Jolie or an Oscar Delp.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you take Jeremiah Love at 101. Then realistically, all you have left to do in the 27 class is get quarterbacks, whether it's taking rookie quarterbacks or trading your 27 first, which are going to be highly valued assets because everyone loves the class, for existing quarterbacks. So to me, I would structure this rebuild in a way that the 27 class is geared towards solving my quarterback issue if Mendoza doesn't go 104. And I would actually be rooting for that if I were you, because Tate and Lemon I have ranked ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think those guys are the same tier, but for the purpose of the fact that you have so many 2027 ones, I do think like ideally you can, grab those 2 wide receivers this year, position yourself. Maybe you get 3 101 to 105 picks or 101 to 106 picks. Again, I don't know where those first are going to land. Like,
we got Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Is that what his name is?
Are they higher than me?
Evie Nicks. Lots of music references in this league.
Start by contending as well, just so we can kind of see.
Yeah, let's see by contending how low those picks expect to be.
Okay, so
this guy's got a really good team, so his pick's going to be late, most likely. And then, what was the other one?
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks. Okay, so I mean, those both could be mid to late.
Probably going to be later.
Yeah.
But even still, like maybe at that point next year, you could make a trade up if you have to. Like it's just the spot 104. Pick whoever's left amongst the 3, realistically.
Yeah, pretty much. And again, the other thing that's great about the 27 class is even if for whatever reason, let's say you got the 103, the 108, and the 110, you might just be able to trade. Like, let's say you're in a contending window because all your rookie wide receivers smashed or something. You could just trade for Dak Prescott with the 110 or something like that. Or you could, like, you have flexibility that everyone's going to love that class and really want the picks that you have. So that's the other part of it, that even if you can't get quarterbacks at those specific picks that you end up with, you could always buy a quarterback or multiple quarterbacks, especially if Stroud has a bounce back for you. That would be really huge. But anyway,
and I was just going to say, just on a micro level too, I would be willing to trade RJ Harvey. I feel like people who are, pro RJ Harvey are probably like, phew, he avoided, any significant addition to the backfield because they only brought back J.K. Dobbins. Like people are going to view like post free agency as a win for Harvey. First of all, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they even, draft another running back. Second of all, J.K. Dobbins was 2 for $20 million. Like I understand it's out in the contract, but at the same time, it's like when they were both healthy last year, who was the guy handling the rock between the tackles? It was J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, and he was a top 5 running back in rush yards over expected. Denzel, you just hit the contender view, and if you're on the portfolio view, you should see it along the top there as well. It's Dynasty is just like regular Dynasty rankings. Rebuilding is, I believe, in the algorithm. There's a little bit of a bump to like younger players and draft picks. And then on contending, it is just directly underdog ADP. So you know exactly from a redraft standpoint how many top 12 running backs you have on your roster, how many top 24 receivers you have on your roster, and so on. But anyways, let's move into the next review here. We got from Rocked Up and Thick. Shout out.
Yo.
So he's going into year 2 of his rebuild here.
Butt kiss plug.
What's up? Butt kiss plug? Yeah,
plug.
that's crazy.
Where's his team?
He's right here.
Oh.
So year 2 of his rebuild, he says, I think I'm getting close to competing for a chip. As we've often said many times, your team usually tells you when you're getting close to competing for a chip. And I would say there's definitely some promise to this team.
After the 27 class, maybe you're going to be closer.
Yeah, I would say I would not get super bullish on like Burden smashing and Ibuka smashing and all these guys. Ultimately, they're still young receivers. I would say that you're still a full year away from contending at this point in time. With the 103, the 111, 303, 309, and 403, I mean, you're kind of in a position to just go best player available because you do need a little bit of everything. You could use a quarterback 3. You could use a running back 2, 3, and 4 probably. You could use a wide receiver 3 to 6 or so. And then other than tight end, really, you're pretty much going to be looking at those positions.
Brock says those tabs don't show up when I view a specific league, only on the overall league portfolio.
Interesting.
And I select the intent. That is weird. What?
They show up on mine. So I'm not sure. Here, I'll just share my screen really quick. This is one league that I'm in where I'm actually the number 1 team in the league in terms of overall dynasty value, but it allows me to switch to the contending view in the portfolio if you click into the specific team. You could do it from the portfolio itself, where you just go dynasty or contender from your whole portfolio, or you can specifically click into a team and you should be able to just hit contender on that specific team. And this is a team here.
That's Debbie Disciples, right?
Yeah. Debbie Disciples is my team's called 12 Days of IR because my whole team gets injured every year.
Debbie Disciples, my prospect pool. Jeremiah. Wait, what?
It's apparently a mobile thing. If you're on, you need to turn your phone sideways and it'll pop up. Yeah. If you're on mobile, I never use the site for mobile. So I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
Yeah, Corey was mentioning this league. Debbie Disciples, you're number 1 in that league. My prospect pool: Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, Isaac Brown, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Jonah Coleman.
Yeah, my prospect pool kind of sucks. Other than I think I have Ahmad Hardy in this league is what the only good profile, only good guy. But I think the rest of my guys are like Trey Wisner and John Mateer and shit. So they're probably junk bond status for most of them. But
yeah, like let me see.
I think I have like Jaden Greathouse on that team as well.
I would say your best 2 prospects in your Debbie pool right now are probably Moss and Fields. You actually did draft Malachi Fields.
I did draft Malachi Fields last year. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
This is also like year 3 of that Debbie league, so the pickets are getting pretty slim in the Debbie draft every year because everyone who's anybody is rostered.
It's getting gross because I monopolized all the fucking Debbie players.
Who did you say was my other one? Moss?
Le'Veon Moss, Malachi Fields.
Oh,
Trey
yeah.
Wisner.
Sorry. I have Hardy in the other 2 Debbie leagues. In Debbie Degeneracy and Flock and Right, I have Hardy in both of them. I wish I had Hardy in
okay, where is the fucking sheet for Debbie for Flock Me Right or Flock and Right?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask if Jared's in the chat right now. Maybe he could tell you, but he's the commissioner of that league. So.
People have been asking for a while, and I had never have an answer because of fucking.
Sir King Jared, if you're listening to this, people are asking about that. Maybe we can ask him on Discord or something. But either way. This team that we're looking at here, he said, essentially he's just asking for, am I on the right track confirmation? And I would say, yes, you are. Do not get crazy with this one.
I got it. Sorry. I was going to say, I got it.
Okay. Do not get crazy with this one and think that you're 1 or 2 moves away from competing. You are not. You are 3 good wide receivers, 2 to 3 good running backs, and a quarterback 3 away from competing, in my opinion. But bright side here is 103, you're going to get one of those top receivers, whether it's Tate or Lemon. 111, you probably add another receiver, I would imagine, whether it's like a KC or a Boston or something, Surratt maybe. And then maybe at 111 too, instead of taking a receiver, you could also opt for a Jonah Coleman or for a Jadarian Price if they're best player available at that point. And then 303, 309, 403, just take swings on the running back class, maybe on the wide receiver depth. Or maybe even if you want to try and solve your QB3 problem with a Drew All or with a Cole Payton in the late rounds. Obviously, if you take a 3rd round quarterback and they become a starter, that's going to be a huge, huge value add for you. But ultimately, your ceiling for this team is going to come after the 2027 rookie draft, where you have all those 2s and your 27 first probably projects to be early to mid somewhere.
Yeah, no, I agree. Overall, this team's got a very, very good build. Strong rebuilder for a reason. The fact that you monopolized against so many picks in the upcoming class, what is that? I mean, fucking 3 seconds. You have your own first. You have an extra 3rd as well. Like,
don't be afraid to trade back this year too. Collect more picks in 27. Somebody offers you their 27-1 for the 111 this year. Take it. Like, it's very, very, very smart move if you can make something like that happen. Also, too, like anybody who's picking in the 107 to 204 range, if you guys are listening to this, trading back to the tail end of that tier is probably a smart move. If you can pick up, like, let's say you're on the board 111 and somebody offers you 202 in their 27-second, take it. Like, those are the types of incremental gains that when you're in a rebuild situation, the ultimate frame of mind that you and I both come from are, we trust our ability to draft rookies. Ergo, I want as many swings at the apple, as many bites at the apple as I possibly can. If I have 7 twos one year, there's a good chance I'm going to hit on 3 or 4 of them because I trust my ability to evaluate players and to draft rookies in that territory of the draft and hit at an above average rate relative to the average dynasty player.
Well, yeah, it's like taking those swings. We see a lot of people were like, oh, well, drop picks are overvalued. Like, you should trade for proven talents. Like, realistically, the benefit of trading for proven talent with those seconds, with those thirds, is when you're buying the production, inherently knowing like their market value. Realistically, if I'm buying them for the 203, if it's a 32-year-old Devontae Adams, I believe he's 32, correct? 32, 33, 32-year-old Devontae Adams, like, is he going to be worth the 204 next year? Yeah, he could give me the wide receiver 1 season, which is what I'm paying for. But at the same time, even if he's the wide receiver 8 in fantasy this upcoming year, going into 33, he's probably going to go down to being like the 209 or the 210 in value. And that's assuming he had that big time productive year.
Yeah, and you never know what that 204 could turn into. Maybe somebody got the 204 for a contending player last year and they drafted Luther Burden with the 204 or something like that.
Like Jackson Dart or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's all about weighing the pros and cons there. And like we said, your team will tell you when it's ready to compete, and your team isn't telling you that right now. So for now, collect more picks, spend as many of them, and then kind of wash out the bottom of your roster continuously. Those Kendrick Bourne, Tutu Atwell types, you're going to replace those probably with rookies incoming from this year's class. And then hopefully you hit on as many as possible. But sometimes in your dynasty portfolio, I don't know if you have a team like this, Danny. My too lazy to set lineups team is every year the only league in which I draft my limited share of the bus from the draft class. Like, my only Caleb Johnson share came in that league. My only Jonathan Brooks share 2 years before that came in that league. Like, it's cursed. That league is cursed. No matter how many picks I have, I go, oh, I'm going to deviate. Like, what I need to think about in that league is just stick with my takes in that one, because it keeps being my diversify my portfolio league, and it's terrible.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But yeah, moving into Blue Dream here from Steve Mann. He is number 1 in the analyzer by a little bit here. He said, began my rebuild last year. Current plan is Mendoza 102, which you and I personally would not do. We're both of the opinion that the 2 receiver. Let me ask you this, because I had this scenario in the video I put out yesterday where Carnell Tate goes to the Browns, not an excellent landing spot. Mekhi Lemon goes to the Jets, not an excellent landing spot. Would you then consider taking Fernando Mendoza 102?
I would just take Carnell Tate.
Yeah, I would as well. That's what I ended up doing. I still took Lemon over Mendoza. And actually, I took Tyson over Mendoza as well, because in that mock, Tyson went to the Bills.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So I would do that. Wondering, should I take Mendoza 102 if I need a quarterback?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm there, but like, I understand it. I can rationalize it.
I would just rather trade the 102 for an existing quarterback than take Mendoza with that selection, because I think you should be able to. You could probably get Purdy and Lawrence plus for the 102. And I have him ranked straight up over Mendoza.
If you can get Trevor Lawrence, that'd be awesome.
Well, that's what I mean, though. Like, there's going to be leagues out there where, especially if you guys are like domain followers who are not as high on the quarterback position in general, like how far off for a domain specific listener would be 102 versus Caleb Williams based on where they have Caleb Williams ranked? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that would be insane.
Why would I sacrifice that value and just take Mendoza with that pick if I can sell that 102 for a better?
I mean, obviously context matters.
Jalen Hurts or something.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, the context does matter. I'm not arguing otherwise, but like, at the same time, if you can't get those players for the 102 and somebody's like, oh shit, like the best quarterback I can get for the 102 is
Jordan Love or something.
Yeah, like if it's like that, like you need a quarterback, I understand taking Mendoza is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then he says whatever wide receiver is left at 105. Now, personally, I would test my luck, take the receiver at 102 and hope that Mendoza falls to 105. Yeah. And even if I had to, if I really had to, like the 105 plus my 210 to get up to 104 to make sure I get Mendoza.
I would do the 211 as well if I had to.
Yeah. Like I would rather test my luck that Mendoza starts to slide in. And like, here's
it's
the
a
nice
start
thing.
10 league. Like if you have to throw 105, 210, and 211 to move up to the 103 or the 104 to scare Mendoza because you're like, oh, I'm not high on Jordan Tyson, and I would rather just get my quarterback now. I have Mendoza ranked 34 overall in my startup rankings. I mean, I guess like the asset 104, but basically in terms of like where I have him, it's going to be Mendoza. Like that's kind of sandwiched right between Brock Purdy and Jackson Dart. For reference, the 105 I have ranked at 49th overall. And I would say like the difference in startup 34 versus startup 49th overall, I think it's even more than a second. So if you can get it done for the 210 only, like obviously that's a big time win. You move up from 49 to 34 overall based off how I view these players. But I'd also be willing to throw, like I said, the 211 on top if I had to.
Not to mention here too, let's take a look at the 103 manager who has Darnold and Caleb Williams already with some decent depth, and the 104 manager who already has Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. This guy is not taking Fernando Mendoza.
And Daniel Jones freeze.
No way he's taking Fernando Mendoza. So why not play the ADP game of taking the receiver first, get the best landing spot, best receiver that you think it is, whether it's Tate, Lemon, or Tyson. For Danny, it would be Tate. For me, it would be Lemon, depending on landing spots. Maybe you love Tyson as well. And then at 105, you might still get Fernando Mendoza.
Go pull a Kevin Costner with Bo Callahan, you know?
Exactly. Just let him slide to the bottom, trade your whole draft for David goddamn Putney as well.
Just because you feel like it.
Yeah, just because you feel like it. But yeah, that I would play the ADP game here for sure, because yes, you need a quarterback. It's very obvious you just have Joe Burrow. But again, worst case scenario, Mendoza goes 103 or 104. Can you sell the 105, who's maybe Jordan Tyson or something, and people are high on Tyson in your league? Can you sell the 105 for Bo Nix or Jordan Love? I would just rather do that.
That's the thing. It's like it might end up being even cheaper given the market sentiment right now on Tyson. Like, and maybe it's just because of where my stance is on Tyson relative to the other two wide receivers. But I don't know, man. Lately, I go on Twitter and there are people that are, putting up Justin Jefferson LSU highlight tapes and being like, it's the same thing all over again with Jordan Tyson.
Wait till he goes to the fucking Bills or the 49ers too. Oh, as far as like, if that's the range of the draft he gets drafted in.
Yeah, no.
Ray Jennings, generational running back prospect. Yeah. So again, I would play the ADP game there. The really awesome thing about your team and the state that you're in right now is you already have tight end figured out. Fannin, Ferguson, Barner. That's a great tight end core in my opinion. Wide receiver wise, you're going to add one of those studs to a core that already has Teteroa, McMillan, JSN, and Luther Burden. So you now have, like, let's say Mekhi Lemon is your pick at 102. Then you have your receiver core pretty much figured out because Downs and Reed, Parker Washington are all pretty good depth pieces in my opinion. And then at 105, if you can figure out the quarterback position, then this roster is essentially running backs away from competing.
I mean, there's a reason why you're a strong rebuilder right now, 2-12 for a reason with all those assets. And the fact that you also have, you don't have your own 27 first, which honestly, I'm okay with, considering that once you add your players in the 2026 class, I wouldn't even categorize your pick as being early in 27.
Well,
so
this guy's pick is probably going to be earlier than his, and he has this guy's first.
Well, I mean, he's got Allen, and
he has Justin Herberts as well. Like, this guy's pick also could be early to mid as well, at least on the mids. Like, even if you just end up with 105 and 107 in next year's class, you should be able to get some running backs with those selections. And again, too, 112 comes along, you take a swing on a Jonah Coleman, 210. Like, what I would absolutely do in your situation is, if you keep all those late round picks, the 210, 211, 304, really take some swings on some running backs. Because if you can hit on the next Bucky Irving or the next Tyrone Tracy or something, that's going to really further ahead your rebuild if they become your future RB3, RB4. And
the tight end
studs in 27.
I mean, like, spoiler alert, once you guys go onto the site and check out the guide, you'll notice, like, this tight end class, I mean, we're going, 9 deep, I believe we went in terms of the evaluation. And outside of Sam Roosh, all of them ended up being a top 100 talent grade for me.
Yeah. I mean, I love his tight end core that he has right now. So I would only take those guys if they were clearly the best player on the board. I'd rather swing on, like, at 210, you're on the board. And, Mike Washington or Emmett Johnson or,
I'm more so just saying, like, at 304. I'm also just saying, like, at 304, if, like, Max Clare or something like that's there,
well,
like, I would absolutely be willing to take that.
Yeah, nobody's gonna. Anybody had last year. Let's say you had Trey McBride and George Kittle as your tight ends. Are you mad that you took Harold Fannin in the third round? Probably not.
You mad that you took Aronde Gasson in the fourth?
Yeah, like, there's plenty of dynasty rosters I had last year where I had tight ends already, and I just took Aronde Gadsden because he was the best player on my board.
And it's like, when that player is the clear BPA and they end up making that, high valued player that you already have expendable, that's the best case scenario. Because like you said, if you took Trey McBride, you had Trey McBride last year and you took Harold Fannin, well, now you can sell Trey McBride for, like, mid to back end second round startup prices, and you still have an advantage at tight end. Like, you basically turned what ended up being, let's just say, the 305 on Harold Fannin last year into maybe, like, I mean, equivalent value for Trey McBride is 227 first, probably.
Yeah, or
Two and a
maybe you
half.
just sold. Maybe you just pivoted to him as a similar asset. Maybe you just sold him from Malik
Yeah.
Neighbors because your receiver core was worse or something.
Yeah, no, exactly. Ultimately, taking the best players is always going to work out, and sometimes it's going to be the tight ends. Like this, admittedly, this class is very strong at tight end. It gets a little weaker at the running back and wide receiver position. So if you're looking at like Oscar Delp and a tight end premium there in the mid to late third round,
Versus
like
5th round Le'Veon Moss behind
yeah,
Chase Brown in Cincinnati.
fourth
It's
round
like,
Brennan Thompson, like
yeah. He also says here too, trying to send 112 plus for any 27 first, or even just a player that would hold better value. Yeah, I mean, if you can do that, like let's say you could send 112 plus 211 to get a random 27 first, that would obviously be a great move to make. And he is saying he would try to flip his seconds for players that could increase in value. Be careful with that. I mean, if your seconds that you have, like the 211 and the 210, they're going to gain more value closer to your rookie draft. So I wouldn't be in a rush to do that. Like I wouldn't be like, hey, trading 210 for Brandon Ayuk because he could gain value. It's like you can do that if you really believe in the player you're acquiring, but it is riskier. Like the rookie pick is not going to gain value. It's probably going to lose value from now until your rookie draft. Or sorry, other way around. It's probably not going to lose value. It's going to gain value from now until your rookie draft.
Also, some funny names in this league. Chubby Chasers, Justin Her Butt. Like,
yeah, no, it's crazy. Flavius Latavius is crazy too.
What the heck?
That's one of my favorite parts of doing these reviews is just seeing some absolutely unhinged names.
Oh yeah, you always got those bros. Oh, that's a good spot to be, Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny's in a nice spot here. We'll probably spend a little less time on your team here.
Look at those 27 picks, baby.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing with Vinny. Yes, get those likes up if you guys want some free team reviews. And Jordan and a number of other people submitted paid team reviews. So obviously we'll probably be live for a while here. If you want to get those likes up, once we get to 50 likes, we can give away some free team reviews. We will spend less time on a free team review that we give out for free as opposed to anybody that's paid for a team review. But just keep an eye on that. If you guys do want to get the likes up, I think we're at 37 likes right now. If you get them up to 50, we'll
50, we'll give out 5.
Yeah, we'll give out 5 at 50. The first 5 that are in here saying
another 5 at 100.
Yeah, another 5 at 100. So fire up the like button. This is episode 150. And if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, 2 quick announcements I just want to repeat. Number 1, we have a buy one, get one 50% off promo right now. Buy one team review, get the next one 50% off. So if you're a code FSE site subscriber, I believe it was about $70. Let me take a look at what Jordan paid because he just did it. Just to give you guys an idea. And then you can get 2 team reviews for, let's say, your 2 most valuable dynasty leagues that you're in, that you care the most about. Where is the thing that I'm looking for here? Jordan. What did Jordan pay here? Leroy, J.H. Davis. Who else we got here? Weeboy Baller, I believe, bought 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. It says 118. Anyways, I can't see it at the moment. It looks like Jordan may have just used something. Either way, it's a good deal. And then second of all, we are going to be announcing a brand new site incentive for annual Mother Flockers. So if you guys just signed up for an annual Mother Flocker, maybe hold your review voucher for now, because we're going to upgrade those to get you not only what we're doing right now, a live team review, but you'll also get a graphic sent to you with a snapshot of your team, some of your biggest decisions, and also some buy and sell targets. Very similar if you guys are familiar with the domain guys and what the land does, where they do a playbook or a blueprint. This is essentially our version. It will be a lot more focused on trades as opposed to like the blueprints, or a lot more focused on like your team situation and that kind of thing. But anyways, Vinny, we got here. Any recommendations on how to approach this season, having 427 first? And he said, I feel like I'm stuck between punting for Smith or making a move for the top, which I think is a really accurate assessment of the situation you're in. And he said, maybe should I move a first for a running back, et cetera, trade the 105. He said, I traded the 105, 109, Godwin, Strange, and Danny Dimes in the deal for Jaden Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
And he got a 27 second as well. I think that was a pretty good use of resources. You got yourself
very
a
good
quarterback.
Very good trade. And at that point, it's like Daniels plus Lawrence, very, very good duo. Bryce Young, fine quarterback, 3.5. Then at that point, you have a young nucleus at running back. All of your wide receivers are under 25 years old, which is good. I mean, I guess George Pickens just turned 25, but outside of that, like Wan'Dale Robinson's the oldest in that room, and I think him and Pickens are only 25, if I'm not mistaken. Like you have 5 guys that are, very, very young assets there. You have an advantage at tight end. And like we kind of mentioned at the top there, 3 extra 27 first, an extra 27 second. And although you don't have your third, you also, supplemented a 4th on the back end. So
Yeah.
12
This,
teams start
I
9
mean, the
league, and you have
consolidation move was
yeah,
good in the situation you were
yeah,
in. For sure.
and a 12
'Cause you
team
had the
start 9
ability to do it.
especially. 12 teams start 9 especially.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I guess my question to you, Danny, would be, would you, because this team is a lot closer to being competitive than it is to being a rebuilder, in my opinion, just given what you have here. I guess the question I would have is, if you feel great about the projection of these running backs, you could add another one. Like if you wanted to sell a 27 first for, I don't know, I wouldn't go for a straight contending running back. I would want someone that fits your window a little bit more. Like let's say you could sell a 27 first, the latest projected one.
Judkins in a first for Hampton.
Yeah, you could upgrade your current running backs, or you could send a late projected 27 first for like Bucky Irving or
Well,
Brees
that's what I mean.
Hall,
It's like
maybe.
realistically, we said he has to consolidate and start 9 league. I don't know if like just adding another like running back's gonna like matter as much versus trying to upgrade. And maybe like you can get like if you make, for example, Judkins plus a first for Hampton, you could tack on like a very cheap Jalen Warren or something like that, or even Kenny Gainwell, just like a body,
Somebody, yeah, that can
a
help you.
body. Yeah.
Yeah. I would personally, like, the more I look at this team, the youth of the players that you have, when everyone's going to peak, this team does kind of scream to me. Like, I look at this team in 27 and it is an absolute fucking wagon by then. So
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be in a rush to make a move like that, as much as I think you could, because this team is probably good enough to be a playoff team. If you do kind of like punt one more year, and I think it would make sense given that Judkins is coming off an injury. It's Tutin's first year as the starter. Henderson is in a split backfield still. Hunter is still figuring out his usage. All that kind of stuff, to me, points to the fact that maybe 27 is the year that you are actually willing to make a contending move, and you add Jeremiah Smith, or you add, the top guys in 27.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, overall, this is the classic house money situation. It's like your team could win this year if you added some pieces to it, or you could just say, hey, like any of the older assets that maybe pop into production role, like a Wandale Robinson or something like that, or even George Pickens for that matter. If you want to just completely monopolize that 27 class, you'd have that affordability too as well, because ultimately, like, this could go either direction, and the fact that it can go either direction with you having that amount of capital in 2027, very, very good spot to be.
Yeah, so he's got this guy's one who has a strong contender listed here. He's got McGiggles and Team Felony. McGiggles is a weak rebuilder, and you have his 27-1, so that feels good. You got probably a pretty decent one coming to you. And then that guy's team was also a strong contender as well. So Team Felony and BBL Hurts. I mean, those guys are going to have late ones, but either way, you're in really good shape. Again, like Danny just said, this is a good house money team. If mid-season you get on the board and, BBL Hurts is fucking got 2 losses in 10 weeks or something, and you're like, I'll sell his first for Bucky Irving, who got out to a slow start, but you still believe in, or Brees Hall, who's starting to pick things up or whatever, because your team is firing on all cylinders, you could always have that flexibility as well. But either way, very good situation to be in. And I really like the Jaden deal that you ended up making, where you essentially consolidated a bunch of depth pieces into a stud quarterback.
Yeah, no, that was a great deal.
Yeah, BBL Hurts is pretty insane.
BBL Hurts is crazy.
All right, we got a lot of teams to get through still, because I mean, Jordan and fucking Arthur in the chat are having a competition here, and we really appreciate it because it is directly benefiting us. This competition.
How many brag teams in that?
Yeah, Jordan submitted the BOGO, or buy one get one 50% off, and Weeboy Baller shout out also submitted buy one get one 50% off as well. So shout out to you guys for sure. How you saying BBL Hurts with a straight face? Tiny side tangent. Did you guys know that? I'm sure you do if you're fucking psycho and you're an absolute demon. BBLs like stink. Apparently, like the shit that you get injected into you, like it smells bad.
Oh, so somebody took a little whiff, like you're
apparently, I don't know if it's like the actual shit that's getting injected into you, or like the ass sweat that you produce after having a BBL. But
can anybody in chat confirm?
Yeah, if anyone in chat can confirm, I'll laugh my ass off. But we've had this conversation, Maria and I, because she's like, BBLs are so stupid. Your ass smells like shit after, and I'm like, well, doesn't everyone's ass smell like shit normally?
I mean, like usually when shit passes through your ass probably smells like shit.
Yeah, no. So shout out to BBL Stink.
Hey, if you want good shit coming out of your ass, though, you just have fiber.
Yes, good shit coming out of your ass is indeed fiber. Yeah, that is a fun fact.
Gut health is important.
It's that Miami heat that makes it worse. Is crazy. I mean, Miami has probably got to be the BBL capital of the world for sure. So
Oh, Brock, you horny bastard.
Should I be a plastic surgeon and do BBLs? Yeah, I believe Brock's in med school, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. So let's get back to it here. BBL side tangent over.
Hey, yo.
Leroy Jenkins here, just the black attack. Shout out. Where is he? Fuck
Is this Joe
Puka.
Black? Is this Joe Blacko in chat, baby?
It might be, but fuck Puka is hilarious, given his current state. Okay, so no, that's not the right team. Where the hell is this team? Okay, so he's down bad here as a weak rebuilder. So we got some moves that we need to make. 104, 109, 110, 312, etc. He's got 2 1s. I mean, generally not a terrible situation given the capital that he has. Like if we resort this, he does move up a little bit.
Wait. You won the league this year?
What? No, he said I won this dynasty year 1.
Oh, he decided the hard rebuild. Okay,
so maybe this is year 2 of the rebuild or something. Now trying to figure out the best way to utilize my picks. Ideally would like to be highly competitive going into the 27th season. I think that's generally a decent timeline, assuming you could hit on some of your picks. But right now, you got to trim some fat for sure. As much as I like Travis Etienne, like capitalize on the contract he just signed. You got to probably sell him.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm stripping this thing to the core, and I'm fucking trying to get Jeremiah Smith by any means necessary. Like the only one, like I would think right now, I would keep is like the value accrual pieces. So if you're like you're really a believer of Emeka Egbuka, I think that's fine. Obviously, I'm a believer of Luther Burden. I would keep him, but like Olave's kind of at his value ceiling, given the fact that he's an older wide receiver at this point. Yeah, like he's 25. It's not older, but in terms of just the market value aspect, 25 is getting there to the point where you're a production asset. Because I mean, it kind of felt, like AJ Brown, for example, was like valued in Dynasty until he wasn't. And if Chris Olave has like a wide receiver 16 year this upcoming year, people are going to be like, well, he's going to be 26 years old. And he's coming off a mid wide receiver 2 season. So for me personally, if I can sell him at wide receiver 13 or 14 price tags, I'd be willing to do that. ETN, I don't necessarily know what the market value kind of is right now because he's productive last year.
I'd assume you can get a late projected first from somebody if you threw somebody Travis Etienne, Shadur Sanders, and Deebo Samuel. Could you not get maybe their late projected 27-1 just to give them some other contending pieces to get that over the finish line?
Ultimately, the position I want to be in is that I have maybe Egbuka and maybe Burden plus at least 427 first. That's where I need to be at.
Yeah, it also doesn't look like he is in possession of his own 27 first as well.
Damn. Who has it? Let's take a look.
Looks like this guy has it.
Oh, and he is a rebuilding team. That's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could convince this guy that after he spends his 101, after he spends his 102, after he spends his 112, 201, that he's in contending window, and you could sell him on Travis Etienne and Chris Olave for your first plus something else.
And plant the seed. He's like, just be like, yo, like I don't know if you guys are friends or maybe like
like Kenneth Walker. Oh, now he's a Chief. Like just.
Hey,
really getting his ear.
Shouting Jeremiah Love to this team. Yo, your team's stacked.
Just lay on the glaze. Get on both knees for this guy if you have to.
Mental warfare, bro.
You need your first back, though, to be able to make this plan good. Because otherwise, you're just like, I see why it's a weak rebuilder now. Is because if you had your first in addition to the rest of this team, you'd be in much better situation here.
Go back to that other team. Be like, oh shit, Caleb Williams, man, year 2 in Ben Johnson's system. Did you see how strong Trevor Lawrence finished the year last year?
Absolutely.
Tyler Algier starting running back for the Cardinals. Kyle Monangai low-key outplayed DeAndre Swift sometimes last year.
Jameson Williams once Dan Campbell took over the play calling.
T. Higgins, I mean, we've seen what he does on a point per game basis.
Yeah, whatever means necessary, get your one from back from this guy. If you have to give him Travis Etienne and the 109 that you have in this year's class to get your first back, you might just have to suck it up and do it. Because that first you can tank right into Jeremiah Smith. Like you need that pick.
Suck it up and do it is crazy with the comment on the screen.
Yeah, no, suck it up and do it, dude. Sometimes you just got to take the L if you're in a bad situation. And I don't know what happened after you won the league. Maybe some bad picks or some bad trades happened, but your team's in rough shape right now. So you're going to have to just think of the betterment of your team for whatever moves that you're making. Don't think about pick for pick, trade for trade value. Are you getting a good deal or not? Because 109 plus Travis Etienne for an early to mid 27 first is about fair market value, but it might feel disgusting to actually have to do because you think you can get more for those guys. You can't be. Yeah,
Any
any
means
means necessary. If you gotta suck dick for that first, you gotta do it.
Amen. You gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly. And this is exactly why high IQ podcasts we have right here. Suck dick for your own first back. That's the high IQ advice that we have
As
here.
long as you cross your fingers, like you maintain integrity.
Absolutely. Also, another shout out here. MFL integration is in beta. So it looks like this is an MFL team that we have linked here. So JH Davis maybe has been waiting a while for his team to get reviewed via this method because
this is an hour ago.
No, I'm saying waiting a while because we haven't had MFL integration for a long time. But it looks like some of the record points for stuff is not available, but we can still see the whole team, all the leagues and that kind of thing. But team's great. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, he's Dirty Mike and the boys. And I'm like, yeah. I remember we reviewed this team one time. We were like, holy crap, this guy's got so much depth. It's insane. A one quarterback lead, even fucking Drake May and Caleb Williams, like embarrassment of riches there. Running backs, like that, I think that would be the direction I go. Like, it is a one quarterback league. Do you see maybe? I mean, I guess I don't mind just rotating May and Williams, especially knowing that people are going to undervalue Williams. So, what I would want to do is see if I can upgrade RB2. Is where I'm kind of at here.
Yeah, that's what I'd be looking to do as well. I like the RBs that you have, but that's really your only weakness other than QB3, I guess. If you're like, hey, I feel like I need a better QB3.
Can Judkins plus Marv get you a hammer?
Maybe. Or Judkins plus even Burden, who's a hot name. Maybe you can get really, really high up there.
Yeah, I could see something.
Would you do Judkins plus Marv for Genty?
Yes, easily.
Or the 101?
Easily.
Yeah, I think that's about the range that I'd be looking at too.
I'd even be willing to do it for Hampton.
Would you do it for Achan?
Like that would probably be like the discussion. Like,
yeah, maybe Achan plus something back, like another competitive asset or something. Maybe he has a third quarter. Like that's the other thing too. You could go Judkins plus Marv for.
It's a one quarterback league.
Let's see who. Oh, is it a one quarterback league? Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're definitely fine.
Maybe you throw like a.
He said it's a super flex MFL integration mess up.
Okay, then like if you can get a quarterback 3 on top, that makes sense then.
Yeah, like let me just see who has Genty really quick.
Shout out Jordan Davis, by the way. I remember that's a classic little
yeah. So I mean, this guy has Genty. He might be willing to make that trade, and maybe you could get him to throw Daniel Jones in, just so you have a third quarterback,
or Shuck
or maybe Dak, or even Shuck. Yeah, like if you're interested in him.
Although Corey does have Shuck buried, so
I do have Shuck buried. What about Hampton? Like if we take Amari and Hampton, he doesn't really have a third quarterback that's worth a damn. What about Devon Achan? Yeah, this is a new feature now that we can actually search for players, so it makes it a lot easier. This guy's Malik Willis. Perfect. Yeah, maybe you could get him to throw in Malik Willis as a third quarterback for you if you go after Hampton or Achan or Cook or one of those guys.
Wow, that is not a quarterback core I would want to have in a Super Bowl.
No, it is not. Yeah, appreciate you, Snoog. I didn't know your name was. I knew your name was Alex, but I didn't know your name was Alex Weston. So
there you go.
Shout out to Snoog. Also, in the chat, I just pinned something. I haven't plugged it enough lately, and I'm being a poor future husband as a result of it. It is overrated, but just generally, it's his only weakness. If you guys want to pre-order Maria's book of poetry, you get free questions on the site for doing it. You just fill out this form, and we'll get those free questions to you as soon as we possibly can, within days, maybe within a week of you purchasing the book. Also, another shout out. I want to brag about my lady for a second. Sarah Catherine Hook, who played Piper on the most recent season of The White Lotus, put her book on her story. So if you see this right here, Sarah, sorry, this is the first one. If I go back, this is my fiance's Instagram, but Sarah Catherine Hook, you can see there, put Maria's book on her Instagram story because Maria sent her a free copy of it. So shout out to Piper. No, if anyone watched that season, shout out. But yeah, just liked and subscribed on my second account. Damn, didn't think we were of that years ago, but here we are. Yeah, so Jordan's trying to pump up the 50 likes out here with like and subscribe on the second account. But yeah, it is really cool. But if you guys do want to support her and get her right now, she is at the number of pre-orders that if she gets 50% more than she currently has, she'll make the USA Today bestsellers list when it releases. So that's huge. Like, I mean, She'll need a lot more for the New York Times bestseller list, which is obviously the ultimate bestseller list in the world. But the USA Today bestsellers list for a book of poetry is extremely rare. So very proud of her, and hopefully you guys can help out with that in any way possible, which is why we're giving away site questions to help that.
I've been playing chess recently when I read this as queen to b3.
Yeah, you have been playing chess recently as well. Okay, so other than J.H. Davis going after another quarterback or going after another running back, is there any other moves that stick out to you? I mean, I think the risk of his wide receiver core is a little sketch. Like, I wouldn't be totally opposed to taking a Teteroa McMillan plus a Marvin Harrison and getting a wagon asset, like going to get JSN or something like that, or maybe taking Harrison plus Burden and going to get a better, top 8 wide receiver in Dynasty, Drake London or something like that. But other than that, I think this team's in really good shape. He did say he won the championship after not making the playoffs any other year, and he said trades only happen between like 4 to 5 teams in the league.
That's not a good spot.
He did say he feels like he needs to upgrade at wide receiver. I mean, if you believe in these guys, you don't need to upgrade at wide receiver. It's just if you don't believe in Harrison or you don't believe in Hunter, you don't believe in Burden, then maybe you can move off.
I mean, like in a start 10, I would always be willing to consolidate, but it looks like you have been consolidating considering that you what's it called? 4th, 2nd, and 4th. Like you gave up your picks. Like you probably already used your picks to be able to make those upgrades. You do have an extra second for what it's worth too.
He does, yeah. And one thing I always notice about Snoog, by the way, is I swear to God, when he tweets something about a prospect, it's exactly how I feel about the prospect. Also, I feel like
we've had some good discussions.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength a lot of the times. Like I saw 2 days ago, Snoog was like, Emmett Johnson's great, but he's probably just Tajay Spears, and I'm like, yeah, it's basically exactly how I feel about him as well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We have been on the channel before, so yeah, we definitely maybe leading up to the draft, like the week of the draft, we could do something like our My Guys or like a rookie mock or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on from J.H. Davis here. We got a pretty good team situation that he was in, and a lot of these reviews, I believe all of them have been submitted since we've been live. So
makes sense.
Diddy's Oilers, you guys are getting unhinged with these, man. Absolutely unhinged with these names.
Jesus.
One more like for the giveaways. Yeah. Hit the like button.
Let's take a look at the brag team. It's a juggernaut. It's 22-6. I feel like was this like the other team in the league of like the one we reviewed earlier or something?
Maybe. I don't know. This is a free submission. I don't know when Mosley submitted this year. Maybe it was we gave him a thing for last live stream or something. But no, I'm saying when he got the voucher. Maybe he renewed his annual or something. This is a wagon of a team. I mean, look at the receiver core.
Yeah.
Chase, Nakua, Neighbors, and Garrett Wilson, plus a bunch of random guys. But he's also adding Jeremiah Love to this team. And at 206 and 212, if you can hit decent on this is also, I would never recommend taking a player like this generally, but this is a perfect Jeremy Bernard team, right? Yeah. You got the 4 wagons at receiver and you just need like a capable depth guy. I think 206 Jeremy Bernard, stamp it, lock it right in.
Yeah, no, that'd be big time. Type of greed that was mentioned in the Bible. The name is wild. Yeah.
Diddy's Oilers with the type of greed that is dealing with on this team. I mean, what else can we say here? He did say, have an offer in my inbox. Yes, Brees plus late 27 first for James Cook and Burden. Yeah, all day, dude. What?
You upgrade at running back and you upgrade Burden from the first to Burden. Like,
that's an easy smash, dude. Easy. I don't even know how that's. I would. Like, if you told me this was Brees plus 2 late 27 first, it's probably a comparably fair deal.
Yeah, 100%. Think we should move Achane for Hampton? Absolutely, I would take Hampton. He just stole his offense coordinator and he's younger.
Yeah, I also would take Hampton as well. There's going to be leagues where you can maybe get a plus on top of Hampton as well. Feels like I'm in a good spot. My 27 first is going to be late. Also, I have an offer out for a late 27 first for Marv. Yeah, if you can't do the first deal, then I'd be fine sending a late 27 first for Marv.
Bro, I got one gift trade in my inbox because Corey put it in the guy's
line. That is 100% the type of deal that Danny would have in his inbox. After I send the guy, after I send the guy like a way better deal, Danny would get this in his inbox today.
Way better deal is what, 4 picks before in the startup, and I only got the offer in my inbox because you put the idea in his head.
Yeah.
That was hilarious though, because like you complained about the deal, like, oh, Andy just completely fleeced on this deal, but it's like you tried to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, staring down the mower guy on the fairway. Hit him, Jordan. Hit him.
There you go.
It's great. It's crazy to me that Jordan's on the golf course right now, waiting to get team reviews while listening to our dumbasses.
Yeah, bro. I gotta go fucking golfing again soon.
Yeah, our startup is actually done. Maybe we should do a video on that because we did promise this time we would actually do it.
Well, I mean, now that our now that our draft guide is, we're so far
We have some
ahead
time to
compared
breathe
where we were.
here.
Yeah, like I'm sure some of you guys could have got the gist that I was wearing this hoodie in a lot of them, but let's just say I recorded quite a lot of videos in a day.
Yeah, no, for
Knock
sure.
those
Yeah,
out.
we should maybe do a video recapping that video. 27 content, I would say we'll probably chill on until after the draft, just because we're getting close to the 2026 NFL draft. We want to stick on that, but other than this being a brag team and the absolute gift of a Danny offer in his inbox, I don't think anything else really sticks out to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, free submission. Sometimes
I mean, QB3, I guess, but like Shadur and Cousins, I'm fine with that as my QB3 with Caleb and Lawrence. Like, I'm fine with those guys.
Yeah, sure, that's fine to me. Yeah, no, just go keep doing what you're doing. I mean, it's great that you have the jacking off first as well. I'm jacking off. What is even the pun there? I'm jacking. I'm
jacking Goff. I'm jacking off Jared Goff.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I read the G in Goff as like the last letter of the word jacking, and like I might just be dyslexic.
True. Yeah.
President
also, speaking of betting addictions, who would you like for the Masters? If anyone's a golf ball knower,
my account on DK got locked, so I have to freaking I have to like send like my driver's license and a picture of me holding the date and some bullshit, which is annoying. Thankfully, once I got the prompt that, oh, your account is locked, I had like $800 in that account. So I just withdrew it instantly because I'm like, I am not fucking waiting this out. Like I'm going to withdraw this, deposit in my bank. So that way, like it's locked on zero as opposed to locked on with freaking $800 in there. So I haven't checked out the bets recently.
This would be my pick as well. I already placed a bet on,
I gotta say the odds
on Aberg because he's been so effing close. He is kind of a bit of a choke artist, but
I bet on him last year.
Yeah, he was right there with Rory for a good period of the last bit, and I believe in 2024 he finished second as well. So,
well, last year weren't we watching when we were in Brooklyn? If I'm not mistaken,
we were. Yeah, and so to give you guys just a little bit of history, I have nailed the Masters winner outright. I've only bet 2 players every year, so I'm 3 of 8. Over the last 4 years. I predicted Rahm, Scheffler, and McIlroy the last 3 of the last 4 years. I can't remember who won in between those guys. I think that was it the Hideki year? Maybe I can't remember. But I always pick one long shot and one favorite as like a top 10 in odds person. Yeah. And Ludwig Aberg is the one that I'm picking as the favored in odds person. And I think I'm going to roll with is it McDonald? I get a lot of intel from my dad who watches a lot of golf. So,
yeah. I mean, like, it's so hard to go against Scheffler, man. It's so hard to go against Scheffler. And I understand, like, that's probably just the fucking cone play because it's like his odds are literally double better than anybody else. But when that guy's on his game, it's so hard to fucking gear off.
Dude, you are not going to believe this. So, the thing I sent you yesterday about how I was one Emmanuel Quickly assist away from hitting a $350 parlay.
It got box score fixed?
No, it didn't get box score fixed. But what I forgot was I had a bonus bet on my DK account and I tailed Caruso's picks and they fucking hit. So I made $195 on Caruso's picks. So shout out to Alex Caruso on Twitter. I don't know much about the NBA. So anytime I'm fiending an NBA pick that's not a Raptors game, I just will sometimes tail his picks or whatever. Fucking hilarious. They actually ended up hitting. So now I have a little bit of a bankroll to work with for the Masters.
Bro, once I unlock my account, I got to check because I had some bets that were pending, including one of them I know for sure. I bet on Michigan to win the Natty before the tournament started because I thought they were clearly the best team in college basketball, and they ended up obviously being so.
Yeah. So I bet on Robert McIntyre at 35 to 1. I think is the odds that he was.
I
So
don't mind
he's my long shot. And the only reason I bet on him is because my dad told me he's playing really well right now. And I trust my dad's opinion because he watches like every golf thing every Sunday.
Has Hovland just been absolute buns, bro? His odds are plus 4,500.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
like
a
lot
of
the big names are lower in odds. Like JT's coming off back surgery, so he's like 70 to 1.
Yeah, he's 5,900. I see here. Cantlay's at 6,400. Even when you go down, like, who's like Sanjay M's 11.5K.
Yeah, the one guy that's kind of making me all nervous too is I never bet on Morikawa because he's always bait, and for some reason I feel like he actually could pull through this year.
Bro, you the first time we ever talked about betting golf, you mentioned that. You're like, oh, Morikawa, he's always going to be in the mix for the top 5, but he's never actually a threat to win it.
Okay, you're right. 3 of 8 is not nailing it every year, but it's like an ROI of 500%.
All right, John.
Invest, stop betting. I do invest, dude. I got an accounting degree burning a hole in my fucking in my desk right now. But anyways, we should probably get back to these reviews here because we went on dad is spitting. Yeah, dad is spitting. He's shouting out. My dad was the one who told me to bet John Rahm the year that he won it, and he also was the one who told me to bet Rory last year.
Yeah, the Sox are dog shit right now. They actually cost me a couple parlays the other day.
Colin might not play this weekend. Oh yeah, right. Morikawa did miss the last tournament, I believe, with an injury.
I bet on the Sox a couple days ago on 2 separate parlays, and like they were the one leg that didn't hit, and like if both those hit, obviously if the Sox won, I think it would have been like $450 between those 2 lays.
Clean.
So yeah, they costed.
Let's get back on track here. Mostly here. Other than the moves we made, we're probably fine to go on without it. 101, you're going to take Jeremiah Love. 206, 212, like we said. Maybe you fill out your wide receiver depth. Given the depth of this class, you could add like a Chris Bell and a Jeremy Bernard or an Antonio Williams and a Chris Purcell or whatever receivers you like in that territory. But other than that, you got 2 1s and 27, and you got an absolute wagon of a team. So, Weeboy Baller says outdated sleeper league. Okay, for some reason, Weeboy Baller, this is not pulling the right league for us. It's a screen. It's maybe because you submitted this screenshot that it's screwing everything up here. League. Or maybe you need to tell your commissioner. Let me check his other.
This is a redraft league.
Okay. So Weeboy Baller submitted another team that is submitted correctly. If you're in the chat right now, Weeboy, it says redraft. Okay. So got the 101 this year. What do you guys? Okay. So we can't really give you advice on this on the stream right now. I will send you a review voucher to resubmit this. Yep. If for whatever reason you had problems submitting this the first time, you can resubmit it. Or if you want, just send us a message after or send it in the chat right now. If this is just simply look at the screenshot and do the best you can for a redraft league, then we can do that. We're just going to do it off camera because we don't want to be looking through a screenshot on here. But yeah. Oh, Weeboy. He says, damn, I'm the commissioner of the other league. It's Dynasty. Okay. Well, you got to move it forward then for us to be able to see that. Maybe it's because you submitted the screenshot and that's why it screwed everything up. Either way, Weeboy, we gave you a voucher to resubmit. So it should work. Hopefully.
Yeah, we submitted to you.
All right. Abusement Park. You guys are insane with these fucking names today. Abusement Park. Shout out. Hurts, Stroud, Malik Willis is the quarterbacks. Pickens, Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas, and then the tight ends are in pretty good shape with a lot of picks. The question that he has here is, I'm rebuilding this year. Curious, what should I do with my 2026 2-1? I have the options to trade it plus the 105 for the 102. So he can go up from 105 to 102 using his 201, or trade it plus a player / pick. Not sure who the player or pick would be. So if you traded your 201 plus a player, you could, I guess, get a better, for an early to mid first next year. Okay.
I had that player
need to do that with.
Let me see what early to mid first it is, because when I'm looking at that, I would rather the 102 over the 104 or 105 projection next year. But like if it can be 101 or 102 next year, that's a different story. So I think he's saying
the way this is worded is, I think he's saying the 201. He said I have the option to trade it plus the 105 or
for the 102. Or trade it plus a player pick.
That's what I'm saying. Or trade it plus a player or pick. So I think he's saying the 201 plus a player or pick would get him an early to mid first next year.
Oh, okay. If you could make both these deals, I absolutely would do that in a heartbeat. I guess
Well,
you
you can't make
because-
both because you can't take the 201 plus the 105
I mean,
and get up to 102.
What player or pick would it be? And also, what early to mid first would it be? Like, I think I need more context here.
Okay, well, let's pretend it's as we think it is. It's 201 plus a player to get an early to mid first next year. What players would you feel comfortable doing that with? Willis, Kraft?
Easily. I would do it with Warren. I would do it with BTJ.
You do it with Warren?
Harrison. If it's guaranteed an early to mid first, absolutely. Plus a 201.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's about the range where I would feel comfortable still doing it, but it would be about even.
Warren plus the 201 for a top 5 pick next year. I'm doing every day of my sleep, especially with the context you have Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
Every day.
I think that's fair. Yeah. I mean, if you could do it for anything less than Warren, like it's Kraft or it's Downs or it's Higgins or it's Willis or it's Shuck or if it's any of those guys, then absolutely do it. Easily. If you can't do that, I'm fine doing 201 plus 105 for 102 as well and going up and getting Lemon or Tate.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with either of these scenarios.
Also, yes, we did get to 50 likes. So if you guys want a free team review, drop your Flock username in the chat down below. If you can wait to submit it, we have a lot to get to still. I wouldn't mind if you waited until next time we're live. If you want to submit it, feel free to go ahead and do that. But just drop it in the chat right now, your Flock username. And keep in mind, we cannot give a review voucher to a username that did not use our code. So if you used code Flock or code Domain or code Land, we are unable to send you a free team review, unfortunately. But you can make another account if you want to. Okay, we got a bunch. We said we'll do it to the first 5. So Tony's was the one who asked, so I'll make sure when he drops his username, he gets one, but then we'll go to the next 5 after that. Yep,
sounds good.
Okay, other than those trades, though, I think Abusement Park is in pretty good shape here. What other moves should you make?
I mean
I like keeping the covered Baron at the running back position and just continuing to build out for 2027.
I'd be willing to sell high on Hubbard too if somebody thinks he's going to be a starter. Like for example, you have him at 29.
I think he's going to be a starter personally. So,
well, I think by mid-season Brooks is going to overtake him.
Maybe. I think it's a coin flip if Brooks does.
Yeah.
Or Brooks doesn't.
Regardless, though, I will only wait if Danny listens to soccer betting advice. Okay.
Ambiguity. I'm sending you a team review voucher. AKA Synergy. I will send you one as well because you were pretty quick in the chat. AKA 5 Synergy. Okay. AKA 5 Synergy. Yep. Sent you a voucher as well. Again, a quick reminder to those of you guys, you can get a buy one, get one 50% off voucher. And I know the price now. If you're an FSC subscriber, you annual, monthly, whatever, the price is $77 USD for 2 team reviews. If you are getting that 30% discount, it's $110 USD if you're not a site subscriber. Dylan was in the chat here, and somehow he gets in the absolute nick of time. And then since Tony's was asking for it, I'll look for his username here. He says, "You
had the instincts to know that we were giving away a team review."
He did. He was dialed in. Boney, he said his username is. Okay, so we got one here for Tony's as well. Unfortunately, we have a lot to get to still, so I'm not going to give out any other ones. To those of you guys,
if we get 100 likes, we'll do 5 more.
Yeah, we'll do 5 more if we get to 100 likes. Ambiguity, Dylan. Oh, sorry, Farmer Will also would meet the threshold here as well.
Sounds good.
Farmer Will, where are you? There he is.
Wait, a trade's pending and no flocking. Did you see this?
No, what happened?
I just saw a notification now. Jaden Higgins plus the 407 for J.K. Dobbins plus the 303. Shout out Jared and Brock, and you need to push it through because I don't have commish powers.
What the hell happened to you in all these leagues that you never have commish powers?
I have no clue, but like you create them and then I guess forget to give me commish powers.
I usually always do when as soon as I create the league, I usually give you commish powers right away. I think it's remember when you like had that screwy situation happen where like all the leagues renewed weird. I think it happened. I think that may have screwed with your commish powers in some leagues.
Maybe.
But either way, I just gave you commish powers in that league.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I sent out all the team reviews again. If we get to 100 reviews, we'll give out more, and I'll just go back to the chat where you guys trade pending is not lame. The reason I like trade pending is because it makes
given
sure
what happened in the
2027 if there's 27 firsts involved.
Given what happened in the FSC Listener League Dino too, like I think having it in case
Yeah.
of the worst
Yeah.
case.
The listener league dyno where the trade went through and we're like, hey, is this a fucking veto? Like, not that we think vetoing is something that we always want to be talking about, but making sure there's no obvious collusion, number one. And number two, if people are trading away 27 and 28 first or something, and I don't see that a trade went through and then they don't pay in and then they leave the league after 2027 or something, that's the other reason why trade review is allowed, which I talked about in the how to set up a dynasty league as well.
Fair enough.
Go on the my account and okay, yeah. Don't remember my username. Crap. Yeah, if you go to your my account page, you should be able to see your username. Okay. Anything else on Abusement Park here? Other than, 101, Jeremiah, 105, and the 201 trade. If you end up doing that, adding Mackay will be great to that situation because you'd be, really solidifying your wide receiver core. And then at 208, you can probably add, another receiver from this class. But I would leave the cupboard as barren as possible at running back, knowing all the picks that you have in that class and knowing the strength of the class being running back, at least as I currently see things right now.
Yeah, overall, this is a strong rebuilding team for a reason. You went 4-10 last year. You have the 101, 105, 201, 208. Realistically, your window is going to be after you cash in some of that 27 capital. Like, I think you have, the good infrastructure of this team. It's just about, picking on the margins at this point. And like, again, if you could make either of those trades, like I would be willing to do that because I think taking one of those value pieces out at tight end and dispersing it at running back, receiver, or through pick capital, like it's going to be more beneficial to you. And the reason why I say running back or wide receiver or pick capital is technically if you trade for a 26 pick, you kind of have to cash it in on a running back or wide receiver. Or if you trade for a 27 pick, you can just hold on to that and just, have a free stock. That shit's going to be going up throughout the year. And you can kind of just keep tracking it because if somebody's dealing 27 capital at the 2027 or 2026 rookie draft, it'll be at the lowest point of leverage.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's people really underestimate. People think every year, oh, people know about the 26 picks. They know the class sucks. People underestimate what it's like to be on the clock in a rookie draft and people to have that FOMO of wanting to get more picks in the 26 class. When their favorite prospect is sliding, they will forget everything that they ever knew about the 26 class not being very good.
Do you have the 201, the 212 in your rankings?
They should be.
Okay, because Arthur said and I noticed that too. It just says a dash next to the 201 and 208.
Okay, they should be in my rankings, so I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah, it just shows on the my review page as a dash.
Oh, okay, that's weird. If they're not in my rankings, I'll definitely go through and add them. But I know I added them into my rankings the last time.
I've mentioned this to you sometimes too. You'll be like, "Yo, are your one quarterback rookie rankings updated?" I'm like, "Yeah, I literally updated them." He's like, "Oh, this is what it shows on my end," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I know. It feels like sometimes the devs will update something and then it'll create a bug elsewhere. Which I'm not a coder, so I have no idea if that's normal or not. But I'm assuming it's pretty normal that bugs just get created sometimes.
Because I'm always shocked. I'm like, what do you mean? I literally did this last night.
Yeah. Or maybe they adjust something to do with the 26 seconds in the trade value chart and it screws with everyone's 26-second rankings. But either way, I'll double check that when the stream is over and I'll go update those if they're not in there.
Yeah, no worries.
Let's keep going here. Next question.
Yeah.
Okay. Not gonna let me go.
Lovely.
Okay. Let me unshare my screen for a second.
Speaking of
glitches on the site. Might be because we've been live for a while here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The site's timing out on me right now. Are you guys overloading our site with all these reviews? Is that what's happening? Yeah, the site's literally not loading for me. Danny, is the site loading for you?
Let me take a look.
Boom. How often do we do these streams? Typically, we try and do them once a week.
Yeah, at least for sure.
I'm getting the Mason treatment. Does this happen to Mason a lot?
Here. This session is running. Trying to go into streamer mode.
My shit timed out. It says this site can't be reached.
Oh, okay. I can access the site here. Let me put the stream in.
Yeah, if you can.
Now, if I put the stream link in, is it going to auto tab where the fuck? So what's going to show up to them when they get the submission?
Whatever point in the stream that you send them, it won't be the same. Like it won't be the right timestamp, unfortunately.
Well, fuck.
During the redraft, he had to shut down team review vouchers.
What do we do then? Like,
yeah, we'll just we'll give it a few minutes, and if it reloads, if not, we may have to get to these other reviews on a later stream. We can do another one later this week to make sure people aren't waiting too long. But we still have like 10 more reviews because a lot of people submitted reviews today. So for some reason, the site is not loading on my end, and it needs.
I see it on my end. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean,
like, do we just like manually give them timestamps? Like, can you can't pull it up on your end though? Fuck.
No, but what you can do is pull up the Flock Fantasy site on your other tab and then just send them 145 of the stream or whatever.
Okay, I'll do that then. So we were at Weeby Baller, I think, right?
Yes, it was the team with Chuba Hubbard as the top running back.
Okay, here I'll do that then.
Okay, yeah. If you paste the link in and hit next and just send them, hey, it was 130 or whatever on the side chat before you have to do that before you hit next question though, because it'll disappear on your end. To go to complete.
Here,
I'm losing my voice here.
Here should be good.
Yeah,
we're at Weeby Baller, so then I will message him on my end.
Oh, Weeby Baller sent in, Weeboy Baller, sorry, sent in another interview. So we're good. So hit next question on him. Next. He's fine.
I can hit next.
Yeah. Abusement Park, the one that we just did.
We just did that as well. So I'll type. Okay. We would have finished it, what, like
1:30? He's in the chat. I mean, it's probably not that big of a deal, but we'll just make sure to cover all of our bases in case people had to step away from the stream. Just because the timestamp won't be correct that Danny sends you because he didn't hit go live.
I got to do it manually. Okay, so we'll click next now. Now we're on Arthur. By the way, I'm surprised Arthur hasn't pointed out that, of course, the site glitches when we're on his question.
They never expire, Tony's. If we sent you a review voucher and you guys want to save it until after your rookie draft or before your rookie draft or whatever, you can totally do that. Like, that's totally fine.
Corey, I wonder what league this is.
Yeah, this is our league.
Yeah, you know which one it is?
Is this the one that we just did?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, look at that. Hey, at least we know what we're talking about a little bit, Danny, because you and I are number 1 and number 2 in the. I mean,
it's sort of by our rankings, I think.
No, it's expert rankings. It has.
Oh, okay.
It has. It might be by your rankings, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think mine auto sort to yours because the dev team just thought it was easier to do that. I think it happened for Avery and Nathan too. It just sorts by Avery's.
Oh, okay.
Because I pointed out that issue before. I'm like, if I pull it up on my end, will it show my rankings? They're like, oh, it's not really a pressing need, and I'm like, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I almost clicked into my own team. Let me go to your team, Arthur, not my own team.
We'll do our best not to talk about our own teams when we're doing reviews that we're in.
Looks familiar with the Sharps already tanking. I'm leaning towards competing and turning my 27 assets to production. What would you pay for the 102? Slat and I are in talks. What kind of offer would you send or embrace the punt and buy Slats first? Okay, so let's take a look here. So obviously you have Birdie, Bo Nix, Malik Willis, and Jacoby Brissett as your quarterbacks. Keep in mind this is a Dynasty Best Ball start 11. This is a Best Ball league, right?
Yeah. Our Jordan said he submitted a review for this league as well.
Would love a review of Danny's team. Genty, Cook, Tootin, Ramondre. Again, good numbers at running back, number 3 core. I think that makes sense. Obviously, wide receiver core is definitely going to be your weakness. More TJ, Godwin. Again, I would say you can get on base with some of these guys, but realistically, you probably need 2 or 3 strong receivers added. And then Fannin and Schultz, I think, is a fine tight end duo. Number 5 is probably about right. You have all, 212, 303, 306, 308, 402, 407. Add a bunch of, dart throws there, along with an extra first in 2027, 327 seconds, and an extra third in 27. So when we're looking at that, basically he's saying is hey, listen, a lot of people are tanking in this league, including myself, including you. We got the strong rebuilder tag, YWL strong rebuilder tag. It makes sense. It's an FSC league. A lot of us left the startup in more of a wait and see value accumulation approach. So he's basically saying is where should I cash in and try to get, production to be able to compete? I would say if you're going to move a first, it has to be for a big time needle mover at wide receiver, or if you're going to do it in the package for 102 to get a Carnell Tater, Mekhi Lemon, I also think that would be making sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's sometimes hard to know which direction to go in leagues like this where all of us pretty much know what we're doing, and also we've all kind of taken firmer stances. Because when you take a firm stance, if you go to Brian Harris's team, for example, he took a very firm stance. I'm just going to try and win. I have Bijan, I have JT, I have those guys. He also sold his first 2, Arthur. So when you're trying to compete with teams like that, but then you're also like halfway trying to rebuild, you kind of have to pick a lane.
Yeah.
As far as which one you're going to go for. I think that you really do have the flexibility to go either direction.
Yeah. I honestly think you add like, again, 1 to 2 needle movers in terms of production at receiver, you could very easily contend, even if it's as weak contender right now. Like we go to the contending rankings, Shady, Brian Harris, Ronaldo, Squatch, JT Kang. Like you're
It's just
technically
the
9
receivers
right
that
now,
are weighing
but
him down. He's number 12
yeah,
in receiver value. So
yeah, you would be top 5 if you got that to like literally number 6 overall.
yeah, like find a receiver happy team that has, contending guys like Nico Collins or, those types of players, and selling your 27 capital for a guy like that, or using some of your liquidity at other positions and in this year's class to be able to address the wide receiver position. I guess the challenging part is it's a new startup, right? So it's not like everybody's got loaded teams. So it's not like there's going to be a team with like 5 elite receivers on it. Now, my team, if you go to my team, I have a lot of receivers on my team. I'd be willing to sell a receiver for a 27 first, Arthur, if you are looking to make a trade. Because
I was literally looking at my roster. I'm like, what can I sell him? Yeah, like I'm thinking
my team, if you go to my strength is receiver. So if he wants to go after Neighbors or something, I'd be willing to sell Neighbors for, pick capital as long as it equals up to what I view Neighbors to be. But the challenging thing for me is that I don't have contending receivers. They're all young. So could, again, it's challenging because it's a new startup. It's hard to just go, oh, I'm going to go find, the Devontae Adams team and go trade for him when that team probably went very firmly contending in the startup.
I mean, heck, like I'm not obviously like in an ideal world, I would want to keep London, but hey, if we can talk something along the boards of those 27 ones in my 2 back, I think I'd be willing to do a deal like that too.
Yeah, he said the offer for Slat is 102 and 105 for 227 first and a second.
Yeah, like
so Arthur would be acquiring Mekhi Lemon / Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson most likely for the 227 first that he possesses, and probably your second or another second that he has.
Yeah, I think that's another one that
he has Pickens in Waddle. Yeah, I mean, I would personally, if I were in your position, like while I like Lemon and 105, obviously, I would just rather go after like Nico Collins or Amon-Ra St. Brown or guys that are truly contending wide receivers, because you have DJ Moore and some of these other guys.
If you want to pay up, again, I wouldn't be opposed to moving off of London if you wanted that type of tier receiver. Again, like I value him highly, but at the same time, I'm in a state where like I can hear out an offer. If you're willing to offer a good bid for him, obviously I'd be, inclined to do that, considering I have you guys can see on the screen 103, 104, 108, 109, 110, 206, 302, 312, along with 427 firsts, 227 seconds, 227 thirds.
Yeah, I like Danny and I's team have some guys. If you close our teams, Danny, really quick, see if there's a team that's labeled balanced that has a good receiver core.
Yeah.
Like Jace's team's 7th. I see, what is that? Count Nakua. Jordan's team is 2nd in receivers.
Count Nakua. Yeah.
Like he's got Puka, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson. Like, could you go buy both AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson from him? But he's also in a contending window. So that, again, like that's why I said it's kind of challenging to go get a receiver where people are either contending or rebuilding, most likely.
Arthur, with the state of my team in terms of production, I think I can get Jeremiah Smith either way. But if you're willing to offer a good bid, I'm always down to talk, man. Because like you said,
What about Harvey and whatever team that is? That has number 3 receiver core, right below Count Nakua.
Oh, Harvey and
the I mean Rice would fit your team. He's a good contending asset. Maybe you want like a Jamison Williams or something
this is
too.
Blue Wolf, right? This is Blue Wolf.
I think so.
YML's I would disagree that YML has a worse team than me as Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I think eventually he'll sell him. Yeah, he's going to sell him.
Did he make it? Oh no, he's got that's what
he's got Jeremiah
Love in 102, right? Yeah, I actually forgot he made that deal. I forgot he traded for Jeremiah Love. I think he got like a Love and a first for Gibbs in a second.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, which again, good process deal. Regardless, though, I think I can definitely get my team worse than that.
Yeah. Who has Collins? Who has Nico?
Who has Nico?
Search.
Collins? Oh, right. I forgot I could do that.
Probably Shady. Shady has the number 1 receiver core. It's probably him.
I think it is him. He's got a Monra. I know that. Oh, I'm blind. Sorry. Amonra, Nico, Terry, Alec Pierce, yeah, he's got.
Yeah, Ronaldo's maybe one of your best bets to go after receiver core upgrade. If he doesn't have his first, I don't know what his thought process is. But maybe, yeah, no, I was gonna say I don't know what his thought process is, but maybe he's regretting that he traded his first, and I don't know. Maybe you can convince him that to trade for a 27 first for Nico Collins.
Please take Nico Collins off his team. I would greatly appreciate that as the guy with his first.
Yeah, maybe don't do that because now I'm giving Danny a gift offer with no involvement. That's the best thing that happens though when you have someone's first and they start to rebuild.
Yeah, no, I think Ronaldo's going to compete. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but anyways, you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place a little bit. Hit next on this one, Danny, and whatever one of Jordan's submissions is the same league, we might as well just keep talking about the same league.
Yep. So I will give you the timestamp, even though I know you've been in it for like the entire way.
Yeah, I'm an hour 40 or so.
Yeah, I wrote 149.50. I guess like technically
send him the beginning of the timestamp, not the end of it.
Oh, fair.
An hour 40 or so is when we started talking about his team.
You're in here, Arthur. You're in here.
But yeah, going forward, I'd probably send him there.
Okay, yeah. So I will send that immediately when we go into it. Yeah, that's a way better strat than doing it at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, again, if you want to talk about Drake London, hit the DMs. I would also say with Hampton as well, but obviously given your running back core, probably less intriguing.
Yeah.
And Jordan, so it is 150.32.
Yeah, find the league that is the one that we just talked about. So it's the same easy discussion. It's the same league.
Kubaki's comrades.
Corey, at one point you said you'd sell Rice for the 206 or the 202 in 2026. Now you're saying he's a strong contender. Where are we at now? I mean, now that I know he's not going to get suspended, I would say that Rice is probably worth about a 1-2 turn pick. So he definitely gained some value from where I was before because I was worried about him getting suspended again.
Sure. I'm gonna have to move him up a little bit.
I moved him up already. He's like wide receiver 24 or something, 25 in my rankings, but I had him at like 29, 30 before.
Damn, that's where he is after he moves up.
Yeah.
Count Nakua is the one. Count Nakua is the one for what? Oh, for our league. Oh, did he? Let's talk about the new league, fellas. Okay, so that's the next one. All right, bet. So let's get into this. Kubaki sides. Kubaki.
No.
Almost read. Oh,
no,
right
Danny,
here.
go to the league that we just talked about.
We're gonna do both.
We just talked about the same league with Arthur's team. We might as well talk about Jordan's team review that has the same league. Click the other Jordan review.
Okay.
There we go.
I timestamped the other one. That's why I said that. I just went in order. But okay.
Yeah, I told you that before. We should do this one because it's the same league.
All right, fair enough, dude.
Let's find Count Nakua and give him some advice here.
Jordan, you're in here. Like,
yeah, he knows.
Yeah, okay.
Feel free to gas your teams. We already did that, so we don't have to talk about our teams again.
People got the gist.
Yeah, I mean, your team's in really good shape, dude. You got you got a nice contending shell here. Obviously, as a new league, there's no dominant teams.
Like another quarterback would be nice, but realistically, you're probably banking on Aaron Rodgers coming back, which would help. Aaron Rodgers back maybe with the Steelers would help your team a good bit.
I'm assuming the team that took Matthew Stafford is contending also, just because why else would you? But he would fit your team perfectly if somehow you could get Matthew Stafford from him. Like if that person who has Matthew Stafford's a Tyler Shuck fan and you could talk them into trading you Matthew, like it would bode way better for your team to just go all in and try and win right away because after this year, I'd be a little worried about replenishing your talent because you don't have your picks.
Well, I think Tyler Shuck's probably going to be valued in redraft the same area that Matthew Stafford is.
Well, yeah, because he has Nakua also, I'm saying it would make sense for him to go get Stafford, and I would prefer Stafford to Shuck and Dynasty straight up. So
we're gonna talk about the Nakua trade. Let me take a look what the exact details were. I just know that Corey was not happy.
No, I was not.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Fuck me sideways. Oh shit, right. It's gonna show up as a startup trade. So it's gonna show like the startup picks as opposed to like I guess like we could see where those picks ended up being. Like we could do that. Kind of compare the assets. Yes. Okay, so let's look at that then. Because he mentioned he wants to see it.
Yeah. OGs will remember us doing spreadsheet screenshots for Dynasty decisions.
Okay, so can you pull up the draft and maybe even share your screen so we can kind of go over like who went where, just to contextualize?
Yeah.
Okay.
My fucking Chrome is just glitching hard on me. Maybe it's a me problem.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe you just have to clear some space on your PC because I know mine's
My PC's got fucking 10 terabytes of hard drive. Like it's fine.
I just know when my storage gets near, like my PC starts absolutely shit in the bed.
No,
So
I just cleared video previews and whatnot.
Like,
My sleeper app isn't loading either for some reason.
oh, what the fuck? Can you check on your phone then maybe?
Yeah.
Or at least like here. This is
I'll check on my phone.
I can also just snip.
What are you looking for? The result of your Puka trade?
Well, so here I can do this real quick. One thing. I'm just gonna save the screenshot, put the screenshot on the screen, and then pull up the startup draft board so we know what's up.
I mean, we could just repeat the trade. We don't need to go that deep.
No, I know he just want to see it. So I'm like, where was it? All the Kevin Coleman clips are in here. Here.
Yeah.
Puka deal. Okay. So this is loading. So this was the trade. Not the cleanest screenshot in the world, but if we put that in, now we go to the startup draft board. Can I not pull up the draft board on fucking?
He said it ended up being a 27 first Herbert and 103 rookie pick
for Puka. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes, and then the 6th as well. So Puka and the 6th rounder. Who'd you get with the 6th? Who'd you take in the round 6? Why can't I see the startup draft on browser anymore? Like did Sleeper just like glitch?
Is it because it's a best ball league?
Maybe. Wow, that's whack.
Sleeper decides sometimes that they'll let you do best ball leagues on desktop, and then sometimes they won't. It's really annoying.
Kind of whack.
But anyways, we have like way more reviews. We got to keep going here.
Yeah. Sorry, just
so the Puka trade. Yeah, it ended up being whoever he took in the 6th round.
Maybe Chuck. Could have been Chuck.
Something like that. For 27 first Herbert and 103 rookie pick. I actually kind of like the 103 Herbert and 27 first side of that. As much as I like Puka, obviously he's a great asset, but I'm very high on Herbert, and I like obviously the possibility of adding Tate or Lemon, and then the 27 first gives you some nice insulation. Yeah,
no, I think it ultimately ended up being a fair deal because that first is probably going to end up being mid to late given the context of your team, and like if it's 110, 111, like I think it's pretty fair. But yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and then anything you would the question if you scroll up to the top, I can't remember exactly what he asked us. Just like other moves to make. I mean, your tight end core is pretty yikes at the moment with Mark Andrews and David Njoku. I think it's very possible by early point in the season, you're like trying to find anything to start at the tight end position. I would maybe consider buying low on somebody that you think has like a nice redraft 1 year projection. Or you could always tier down from like a Jordan Addison into like a younger receiver that you feel okay about and add in like a random Hunter Henry type of tight end just to help you get a little bit more of a production piece.
Like obviously like it's going to depend on what it looks like in season, but maybe you could trade like Jordan Addison into a Mike Evans plus a 2 or something like that if that opportunity kind of rises. But yeah.
What would a Fannin trade look like? If you wanted to go get Harold Fannin
from Arthur.
Yeah, I think you probably got to give up something pretty significant for him. Like
it probably cost AJ Brown.
Bucky or AJ. Yeah, AJ Brown, especially given that Fannin, Arthur's team needs a tight end or needs a wide receiver.
So, like, if we go to Arthur, would you entertain something along the lines of Fannin plus Tuden for Wilson in a piece?
Maybe, yeah. I think the only way Arthur's doing a trade like that is if he's committing to the rebuild. So maybe you could even get Fannin and DJ Moore, who's more of a competitive asset.
Maybe. I was going to say, too, like Fannin plus Tuden for Wilson plus like Algier or something.
Well, but Arthur would want to move off of DJ Moore in this situation. So that's why I'm saying the only reason he's making a Fannin trade is because he's committing to the rebuild, in my opinion.
I mean, maybe.
Because why would you sell your starting tight end otherwise? I know he hates tight ends like I do, but
knowing Arthur too, he might just think, okay, that's just a value gain for me to get Garrett Wilson. Like I don't know, like I don't really think Arthur is like picking a lane at this point of the year. Like knowing Arthur, I think he's kind of just seeing what the value is available and making those decisions based off that.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I mean, Fannin for AJ Brown makes sense to me as well, like give or take. maybe there's some other stuff that needs to take
and
place.
that's why I said like an Algier going back would probably even it out. But I'm just kind of shooting the shit right now.
Yeah, or like I said, maybe it's Fannin and DJ Moore, not Fannin and Tootin, so it's a little bit less value that way.
Yeah, something like that. Ultimately though, if you can patch tight end, I think that makes sense. Again, like Andrews could have a bounce back. We'll see what ends up happening with Njoku. Like I've had no idea where he's going to end up going, and to be honest, like it's weird that he hasn't been signed yet. But
I mean, it doesn't really shock me. I don't think a lot of people are that high on Njoku around the league.
He's a good player. Like, is there any news in terms
Dear
of
God, y'all have been live for a while. Assuming we had a Michael. No, I have no voice because I'm like sick.
There's some rumors with Miami for Njoku.
That's for Njoku?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I predicted in our
really
our things, yeah. When we did the free agency matchmaker, which we're not gonna be able to see the results of for a while because a lot of the guys are still out there.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. Match. What other ones are still live? Like I'm actually curious. You had Njoku Dolphins. You had Goddard to the Broncos. I had him to the Commanders, so both those are wrong because he went back to the Eagles. I guess did Jonnu go anywhere yet? Like
no, he's still unsigned.
Okay, I have him to the Dolphins, so that would be a momentum shift. Okay. Christian Kirk, where did he go?
He went to San Francisco.
And Calvin Ridley stayed with the Titans. Darnell Mooney, he went to the Saints. No, where did he go? Darnell Mooney, Giants. Giants, right?
Yeah, to the Giants. Okay. Yeah. Shall we go to the next review here before I can't speak?
Yeah, let's do it. How did you lose your voice?
I told you I'm sick.
Oh, okay. I thought I'm like, damn.
Yeah, weirdest cold I've ever had. I felt like I had a fever for like 3 days, and then I randomly, by the end of this cold, I don't have a fever anymore, but now I'm getting like a sore throat, which is really, it usually goes in the opposite order for me.
You gotta get some halls, brother.
Yeah, no, this sucralose ass fucking things. But anyways, yeah, hit next on the team review so we can keep going here because we still got 10 more.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot that I was in charge of that.
Yeah,
okay. So
I can tell.
Next question here, and then I'll go here. Kubaki's comrades, Kubaki Badaki.
By the way, if any of you guys want to save the review you submitted to like later in the week or something, and you're like, hey, I want a more in-depth review or something, we may go through these a little faster, just FYI. So if you're in the chat and you're like, hey, you can save my review for a little later, my voice would appreciate it.
We also were discussing BBLs. That's a good point.
We were discussing BBLs. Okay, Jordan's got this other team here. Jaden Daniels, Kyler Murray, a little weaker at the quarterback position, unless this is a one quarterback league, but the running backs and wide receivers and tight ends are in pretty good shape. Yeah, he has, if you want to read the stuff at the top there.
Yeah, I was also pointing out 2 quarterback, 12 team start 9 PPR with the tight end premium. He just traded Zay Flowers and Dylan Sampson for Devontae Adams in the 27 first. Process-wise, I think this makes sense. Like Dylan Sampson's probably like a late 2 to mid 3 evaluation.
And
this, well, I'm saying in this class, like
that's, give up a late 2 for Dylan Sampson?
No, I wouldn't. It's probably a 3. I would just spitballing a random range, Corey. We're fucking we're 2 hours into the stream. Give me some lenience. Yeah. You say some of the most ridiculous trade offers sometimes. Give me some lenience here.
I will.
And then I mean, Zay Flowers to Adams, obviously you're getting a lot older, but you're also getting maybe a 2-point per game upgrade here realistically.
Yeah,
this year.
Yeah, probably about that.
And I think that's well worth insulating the 27 first over Dylan Sampson. For Willis, PJ Washington, Tetaroa, and a 205 for Rondé Gatson and St. Brown. So give me St. Brown and Gatson and start 9 all day. What? Easily.
Yeah, that's
Willis,
pretty.
PJ, a Tet, and a 205 for Brown and Gatson easily. Clear all in to win league, or clearly all in to win, but league voted for smaller bench, so harder to stash and hold younger players. Appreciate your advice as always. Looking for trades to help competitive window. First and foremost, I'm actually in a league with a very shallow bench. I think there's only 12 bench spots in that league, and that's the league Mickey Mouse League with like Ron and Jacob.
Yeah, I can't wait is a league of mine that's like that.
Honestly, that makes me willing to like literally overpay in deals like 20% if I have to, just because
just to consolidate and get players off of your team that like don't matter.
Yeah, like, and on top of that, the underrated factor of lower bench spots, like 12 bench spots, is that you can actually pick people up off the waivers. Like There'll be a quarterback that will pop up that nobody rosters because he's a backup. And
well, like Kamani
roster
Vidal types too during the season will be available, like what Kamani Vidal was this year for people.
So like if I have to throw in an extra 20% sometimes to consolidate for the top end asset, I'm willing to, because I know I can pretty much pick out like mid third round to low third round values off the scrap heap sometimes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
By the way, you're getting tea and honey suggestions for your voice.
I know. I'm already on it. I'm gonna get that as soon as I'm done here.
Do girls like guys with BBLs? Chat? Let me know.
Maybe they do.
Maybe that's the thing I was missing.
That's got to be the thing. But yeah, go back down to his team for a second. He said we can save his other one for later, so we'll just finish this one off. Yeah, I mean, this is a competitive team. Like you clearly can win this year. I guess the one concern I would have is the QB3, because your QB2 is Kyler, your QB3 matters a little bit more, and your QB3 is Brissett. And then also too, at running back, you have Cook and you have Walker as well.
Yeah, and I just pointed out he doesn't have his own first, but he has SEAL Team Nix's first. And this is classified as a weak contender because he's got Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford to be quarterback core. Running backs are absolute fugazi after Derrick Henry. He's got two relevant wide receivers. Cortland Sutton takes a big hit this offseason when they trade for Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill basically died, like his knee is pointing the wrong way. That's not a good plan.
I mean, no, he's not a very good guy, so it's fine.
Yeah.
What if you offered this guy his first back for Bo Nix, Derrick Henry?
Well, I'm not giving this guy his first back unless I'm getting Jamar
given
Chase.
That you're on the precipice of winning, and he offered you like Bo Nix, Derrick Henry, and Cortland Sutton or something, you wouldn't give him his first back?
I'm not taking that bullshit for his first. I'm taking Chase, or I'm keeping it.
Fair enough. All right.
Sorry for people.
Maybe he'd give you Chase. Maybe he'd give you Chase and Stafford for his first plus a piece.
Yeah, like the only way I'm giving this fucking guy his first back is I'm getting Jamar Chase on my squad, and I'm telling him that via DM. Hey, like it's not my problem. Your team sucks after Jamar Chase. That's the only way you're getting your first back.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, because you could do a package deal with him too. If he wants to shed all of his productive assets, once he gives you Chase, you can also then ask him for Henry and Stafford also, but then you give him something back in return.
The beauty of this leverage is when people do stupid shit like this, where his team sucks and he also doesn't have his first, you just go back to him and you say, hey, listen, like you could view it as I'm giving up Jamar Chase for a first and not feel good about it. Or you could view it as soon as I get Jamar Chase off my team, I then get my first back, and Jeremiah Smith's going to go above Jamar Chase next year. That's what you throw back at him. You have the complete luxury to, once you trade Jamar Chase back for your own first, to get rid of Henry, to get rid of Nix, to get rid of Darnold. This guy's motive should be quite literally getting his first back and then making sure his best receiver is Kayshon Boutte, making sure his best receiver or running back is Audric Estime. Like he should get his own first back, even if it costs Chase, and completely tank out the rest of the team.
Yeah, he did also say that he plans to sell Kyler in season because he's from Minnesota, or all these guys are from Minnesota.
Okay, so this guy's just delusional. Got it.
Okay, well, he's cooked.
Thinks he's winning. Well, if I take his first then and enjoy Jeremiah Smith.
I mean, I don't think it'll be 101, but it'll probably be high.
I mean, like, okay, let's see the contender rankings. I actually am curious now. I just said some bullshit. So it's projected at the 104 right now. He went 5-9 last year, but
look at Big Hal's team before you say anything. The very last one. The very last team. Look at the very last team before you say anything.
Oh, okay. It's not going to be 101. Sorry.
This team's fun.
My apologies. My apologies.
Get rid of Nix. I'm unsubbing. That's funny.
There are some dog shit dynasty managers in this league. Holy fuck.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan, I feel like Jordan, every league that he's in, he does a good job. So we could probably, we could probably move on here. He's in pretty good shape.
For sure. But yeah.
Yeah, if you can get Big Hal's, go ahead and do it. He said he's trying to get it in the chat.
Oh yeah, if you get Big Hal's, I'll see him even better.
Okay, Wee Boy. Yeah, we already went through that one. Wee Boy, we haven't talked about yet because he submitted another one.
Is this Remember the Titans? No, this is J4. That's the only thing that's a little confusing is this is J4. I'm trying to find because
what are you talking about? It's right there.
Because I'm trying to fucking timestamp the right team in the chat.
Oh, okay.
J4.
Yeah, just send him 2 hours and 8 minutes. J4.
I'm trying to find the right team though. There's so many of them. Resubmission from earlier. Okay. 0 or 2 0 8 20. I had to find the right team because there was a bunch of them showing up in a row. So I texted him that team. Let's take a look at it. Mason is the top team in this league. T-Stun, Dynasty, where are you? You're J4. Hertz, Ward, McCarthy, solid, but maybe you need one other quarterback, I would say, added to this core. Genty, James Cook, very, very strong at the top. And if you're running back, some dart throws I like Jonathan Brooks, Keaton Mitchell, Trey Benson might be dead, but at the same time, it's pretty ambiguous, I would say.
He's probably dead.
You expect that. No, I know what you mean, but you expect Algier is going to be the starting running back, but at the same time, 2 years, 12 million isn't a committal commitment. Wow. Committal contract.
It's non-committal, yeah.
It's a non-committal contract, sorry. You obviously need numbers at wide receiver. You have Travis Hunter in the funky bunch right now. Adonai Mitchell and Marvin Mims is usually not what you want to see at number 2, number 3. But you do have 101. You add, presumably Jeremiah Love here. Now, the question that I have for you, Corey, actually, assuming you add Jeremiah Love or you trade down to 102, 103, maybe pick up an extra 2027 first, given the status of the team.
I'd be in favor of that. Honestly, you need bullets. You need picks, volume. So if somebody offers you, let's say 103 plus 110 plus their 27 first for 101 in your late 2 or something, you kind of need to turn your pick capital into a haul of picks. Like this guy right here has a ton of picks. For example, Mason Ware. He could send you 104 plus 107 plus a 27 pick and get you a volume of pick capital, because that's kind of your issue right now, is that you have basically no assets to replenish your roster.
So funny enough, I do actually have a little bit of context when it comes to Mason, because I'm not sure if you know Lennox.
Yep.
So he's submitted some teams with Mason in them before, or he submitted some trades to me, asking me with Mason on the other end. And Mason might be the biggest fucking hard ass I've ever seen in DMs ever. Unless he's clearly winning a deal, he's not making the deal.
Well, he's obviously making a lot of trades because he's got a fucking boatload of picks. So
yeah, which makes me think if he might have taken some people to the shed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, either way, the strategy for J4's team is you need volume of picks. Now, I'm not suggesting you sell the 101 for the 107 plus the 111, but if you can sell assets on your team with a lot of value, like James Cook or Ashton Genty or those guys.
This guy's got the 102. If you can get something like 102, 109 in his first for Jeremiah Love, this guy could think, hey, I add Jeremiah Love to Jahmyr Gibbs, Javonte Williams.
Well, and throw in a competitive asset that you have just to get it over the finish line if you need to as well.
Throw some bullshit wide receiver. Where are you, J4? I mean, I guess you don't have that, but maybe this guy's
maybe he likes McCarthy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, even if you have to throw in fucking Mason Taylor to get something like that done, I'd be willing to do it. Because he's got a weaker tight end too after Tyler Warren long term, because Kelsey's probably only going to play 1 more year or 2 years at max.
No, for sure. But I mean, if you go back to J4's team,
102 Baker and Jameson for Hurts and Cook. I would actually rather just keep Hurts and Cook there for that.
He said he traded the 102 Baker and Jameson.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense then. Okay, sorry, my apologies. I thought he said that
was a great trade. You got the value out of that deal. I guess my question to you would be go back to his team, Danny.
Yep. And we could also do the 103 team as well after.
I would say that you're in a position right now where you kind of need to dismantle a high-end asset into more picks. If somebody offers you the 109 plus their 27 first for James Cook, you probably have to make a trade like that because you don't have the requisite assets to replenish this roster as things currently stand.
Yeah, this is a 1-year punt retool for me. If I can trade James Cook and if I can tear down from the 101 to the 102 to 104 range plus extra assets, I would be willing to do that, because ultimately in order to overcome the discrepancy in value between yours and, let's just say, Mason, for example, Mason's going to be a juggernaut within a couple of years. So being able to pass him, I would say, is going to be challenging.
He's one of these cucks that just has a million quarterbacks too, so that if they become valuable in season, he just trades them. It's so irritating.
Makes me sick. His only tight end's Darren Waller. He's got a little bit of scumminess there. I'm joking mostly, but judging from what I know, it's going to be hard for him to convince him to overpay on a deal. So I would also look towards who has the 103. And obviously, I'm just going off of what I've like seen in the past. Obviously, in your league, he might be very very active, but I know he's like very hard to deal with sometimes. 103. Honestly, would you do the 103, the 203 plus the 27-1 for the 101, knowing this guy could use a second running back? It might have interest.
Sorry, the 103 and 203 for the 101.
Oh shit, he's a weak rebuilder. I would literally be willing to do the 101 for the 103 and a one straight up easily. And I'd actually
I would
add
as
on
well.
top of that.
I don't think he's going to give
this
you all
guy's
that anyways.
I agree.
If he's willing to do that, absolutely. He's kind of.
I was just throwing it, but then I was just throwing a package together. But then I looked at the state of his team. I'm like, oh, we actually have to gear because this guy's pick is going to be 101 to 104.
Yeah.
So,
no, I would aim for a deal like that. But again, like Jay,
if you get any juice on top of the 27-1 for Jeremiah Love, I would almost be willing to do knowing this team
straight. Like just the 27-1, you mean?
If you get a little juice on top of it, is what I'm saying.
I would need two first.
I mean, obviously, but like Jeremiah's supposed to be.
I would rather, because his team's going to be kind of a 1 year punt. I would rather take Love and then punt Cook instead, because Cook is a 26-year-old running back versus a 20-year-old running back.
I'm just throwing possibilities out the wind. Obviously, like if you were to trade X player, this is why what I would want in return. Is what I'm saying. Obviously, in an ideal world, like I would rather trade
103 and the 27 first, and you smash accept on that shit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like some people might be willing to do outrageous shit for Jeremiah Love, and we assume people like this are going to be rational and thinking, "Hey, like my team sucks. I shouldn't trade my 27 first." But at the same time, it's like I'm judging it off the fact that this guy's got everybody's fucking first, that they might be easier to attain than maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, especially if you think this guy's a hard ass and doesn't make deals unless he wins them, and if he's making a lot of deals, that means they're all casuals. But we could probably go on to the next team.
Overall, just try to get some value gains, because again, like we said, there's just a lot of like very strong value teams in this league that you almost need that quantity to be able to make up the difference, I would say.
Yep, for sure. So if you rip to the next team here.
Yep, I had all those open. We'll go to the next team. We got Arthur back on the docket.
Okay, so JT and Jordan said we can save theirs for the next stream. The remaining ones. So we'll save those. We'll do Arthur, do you want us to do this right now? We can do it if you want.
I only want the Canadians' advice.
Yeah, they're both Canadian. Can you refresh the page or scroll down to see the rest of the reviews? I'm just curious how much more we have.
I can say that in a second. I'm just typing in the what's it called? Timestamp.
Okay. Yeah, no problem, wee boy. Appreciate you. And Arthur said we can save it. Sorry, I'm just like dying. I'm so hungry and my voice is totally gone.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reviews. Who did you say?
Arthur, JT Kang, and both of Jordan's and wee boy's second one.
Okay, so then it would just be Ambiguity and Dylan.
The Ambiguity, I believe, said we can save his as well.
So then just Dylan?
Yeah. If anyone in the chat, Dylan said you can save mine as well. He just said in the chat.
It's because we have 7 left in the docket.
Okay. We'll save those 7. We'll go live later this week or early next week or something. If you guys completely object and you want us to cover one right now, feel free to go ahead in the chat and tell us. Otherwise, we are probably going to sign out of here because I'm fucking dying. My cat's meowing at my door and I'm literally so hungry and my voice is gone. So, if anybody in the chat wants us to do it, we'll do it really quick, but otherwise we will probably sign out of here. 3 things I just want to repeat. Number 1, a voucher bundle, buy one, get one 50% off, now live in the store, $77 USD. If you are a site subscriber with code FSE, believe it's 110 or so if you are not a site subscriber. Number 2, Dynasty Wall Street Journal version 4 is live now, 50 plus player videos and player profiles live on the site. 1,000 plus hours of film breakdowns that you guys have not seen. You'll never see on YouTube because we can't post them on YouTube. So definitely check that out. You click the, if you go, Danny, if you want to just go to the site really quick and just go to the post section.
Here, sorry, I have to.
You just close streamer mode.
Yeah, turn streamer mode off, and it won't let me click until this session expired. Oh, it's okay. Dashboard.
Go to posts at the very bottom. There you go. So if you click into the Wall Street Journal, which is live right now, you can view the video showcase right there. You see video draft guide access here. You just click on that link, put in the password, and then also to You can view the individual things. Don't click play on any of them because I don't want to get nuked.
Yeah, copyright.
Yeah, but you can, all these film reviews are live. All the top prospects, like your Jadarian Prices and, top 2-round kind
underscore.
That's those type of guys. You will get 25-minute-ish videos. And then all the like lower round guys are solo videos that we split up. And then if you hit view here, there on the actual PDF draft guide, that is where all the player player breakdowns are with the strengths and weaknesses and all that kind of stuff. So that is all there. Vid schedule, we don't have that at the moment. Dylan will get back to you when you do. And then, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like the stream, comment down below, all that good stuff. Yeah, this is the PDF version of the draft guide. If you click in to any given player, you could see kind of the write-up, the strengths, the weaknesses, the prospect comps, the height, the weight, the speed, everything is all there for you. And we have 50 plus of those graded. Yep. And again, you can get those on flockfantasy.com.
And we do have it integrated where if you click the red prospect video tab, it'll link you to the Vimeo of him.
Yeah, you can go right to that video just by clicking that as well. So I think what we're going to plan on doing, Dylan, is we'll probably do like our top 15 wide receivers, top 15 running backs, we should probably do a positional rankings for rookie drafts because we haven't done that yet. Pre-draft, we should definitely get something like that out maybe later this week and into early next week. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all of you guys that submitted reviews and all that stuff. We genuinely appreciate that. But peace out and we'll talk to you soon.
Whew.